Okay, I think we good now. I think we good. Let's get the show started. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Love. I want to thank y'all for tuning and tapping into episode 274. I'm awaiting a special guest tonight. Uh, it has some technical difficulties in the background, but again, waiting on my special guest. But again, I want to thank y'all for tuning and tapping in. Major love each and every episode, every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. I appreciate y'all as always. I also want to thank the presenting sponsor of this podcast, which is Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. And remember, y'all, do not be an agent of chaos. Do not be a stain. Do not try to stand up by being negative. Have the ability to stand up by being positive. Lose that Willie Lynch mindset. Lose that it can only be one mindset. Hate has a location. It's just not here. The only op you recognize over here is opportunity. And again, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Y'all super duper amazing, man. Don't forget, y'all hit them 100s, hit them hearts. It does help with the growth of the show. And we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're a little over 14. We just went over 14,000 subscribers. Again, I want to thank you for y'all support. I do drop videos daily, so continue to engage. I'm seeing those engagements go up and up. I do comment back. So also, excuse me, but if you leave comments and they good comments, whether you disagree with me or not, cool, and we can engage in the chat. If you're trolling, if you're saying something that's stupid, then of course I'm gonna delete it or get rid of it. So again, I appreciate y'all as always, each and every episode. Uh, we got the 300th episode coming up as well too. That's gonna be very major, very major. We're gonna do something big. We're gonna have some fun with the 300th episode. That's such a milestone. 100 episodes was a milestone. 200 was like, whoa, what if like 200? And we're embarking on 300. So again, I thank y'all for y'all support each and every episode. Also, what we got going on here? Let me go back up. Also, um, before I forget, be on the lookout for the new OUV Records app. Uh, Working on a new app mainly because Spotify and Apple, and among the other distributors of music, they don't give the artist their fair share and just do. So OUV Records found another way to give product and music directly to the consumer. So shout out to y'all in the chat. Y'all in here heavy in the chat. Before I start checking my articles, I'm gonna check this chat. Shout out to the chat, man. I'm gonna shout out to a few people. Shout out to Culture in the building. As always, showing major love my brothers and sisters. Shout out to Hazel, Ashley in chat. Shout out to Tremont in the building. You're Brooklyn. We in here. Shout out to Culture. We lit my guy, Ashley. Shout out to King P. We got King P, one of our big badge holders in here. Had his badge for over 2 years. Again, I thank you for your support. As always, subscribe, like, and share. Tremont, yeah, facts. What they said? X-Men is back. X-Men is back season 2. That's fire. I've seen the first 3 episodes. That is fire. Um, what said? Did I hear about Marcellus Wiley? I did. Heard about Marcellus Wiley. He having some legal troubles right about now. Shout out to what's that? Actually, we need some new music, bro. I'm working on some new music, y'all. Like I said before, I'm working on a new album called The Adventures of Don Pierre. It's super duper fire. The album would have been out a second ago if I would have just did it the traditional route, Apple and Spotify. But again, I'm no longer going through those avenues because how they treat us as artists. So I'm gonna find a way to get the music to y'all directly. So if you don't look, I got some fire. But you're right though. I need to get y'all some new music. But I also, for all the members, not just subscribers, if you're a member, you get early access of all the new music that I'm working on, especially for the album. The album is a priority, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, we need. We in here all night. Appreciate that, Tremont in the building. Coach just said fire trucks. Appreciate that, y'all. All right, y'all. With no further ado, man. Appreciate y'all. Let me tap into these articles. And I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Again, this is your first time tuning and tapping in. This is the Cannon Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm on every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. And again, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. First segment of the night, popular opinions. This segment brought to you by OUV Records. Go to Instagram at OUV Records. Stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. So thank y'all for tuning and tapping in. And we got our special guest. We got our special guest with us. Special guest with us tonight. My dog Jokey. My dog Jokey in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. What's
What up,
good,
bro?
my guy?
What's good, man? Hot.
I'm good, man. I'm excellent. How you?
I'm good, man. Hot as hell out here.
I already know. You know what I'm saying? I already know. I already know it's crazy in the tropic areas, and Florida's crazy out here. So, you know what I mean? I got the AC. I got the AC on blast right now. Trust me.
I know your bill's like $10,000. What's your bill? Like $1,000 a month?
I got my ways to keeping it, low. I got my ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. But appreciate you tapping in, my guy. For those who don't know, this is Jokey from Jokey Entertainment, one half of Jokey from Jokey Entertainment. One of my longtime friends, a good brother, great producer, one of the best producers in the game, in my opinion. And he has done work for anybody that you can name: Snoop Dogg, myself, Joel Santana. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, the credits is crazy. So again, I appreciate you, my brother, for tuning and tapping in, man.
Pleasure to be here, man.
Shout out to Tremont. So all right, y'all, first segment of the night. So you're here for the first segment of the night. So the question was favorite Usher album on this list. Again, favorite Usher album on this list. Number 1, 8701. Number 2, My Way. Number 3, Confessions. Number 4, Raymond versus Raymond. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Again, shout out to my dog CC Motion in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy CC Motion. Which one you going with, bro?
Confessions.
Confessions? They saying Confessions in the chat too.
Yeah.
Why Confessions over the rest?
That was his best album, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sold the most too.
Yeah, bro. I remember when Confessions came out, they did like an MTV thing on they had like a whole when you got big albums or whatever, they used to do like the specials and why is Confessions, and at that time I remember he was going through the breakup with Chili, and they think he was like revealing the confession of why him and Chili broke up, when really Confessions musically, it was really about Jermaine Dupri, but nobody knew that until years later.
Yeah, and that's one. Be honest, that's one of the greatest R&B albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone his best. Like, that's a great album, even compared to others. That's a great album.
Yeah, R&B wise, just R&B wise,
right? R&B wise, yeah.
R&B wise, in my personal opinion, Confessions is arguably like top 5, top 3. Like it's that high in my opinion. So
yeah, I agree.
I love 8701. 8701 was fire. You Remind Me of a Girl. That joint was on there. Raymond versus Raymond. It was cool. Not so memorable, but it was cool. Good album. Vocally, he did amazing on that. Probably his best work vocally. But when it came to like overall all the songs, his best album is definitely Confessions.
Definitely.
His best album is definitely Confessions. But it's a favorite album. So my favorite album out of all of his albums is actually My Way.
I'm not mad at it.
You got songs like My Way. You got songs like 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top. You know what I'm saying? That was 7th grade for me. You know what I'm saying? I remember jonesing on the phone with a girl like, yo, I was thinking about you all day, boo, and I'm playing 7 o'clock on the dot. You know what I'm saying? That's the old school thing. For those who don't know, we used to use the radio to let a girl know how we felt, right? So for me, my favorite is My Way. And then he got a joint on there with Little Kim that is absolutely scorching fire to me every single time. So my favorite overall is My Way. In the chat. Overwhelmingly, they go on with Confessions. You went with Confessions. The rest of the world at 48%, mind y'all, 19,000 people voted on this, y'all. Went with number 3, Confessions. They went with Confessions. I'm not mad at that at all. It's a fire album.
But that was his most successful album, so of course. I mean, but he's a great artist. He makes a lot, he has like a lot of great material. His catalog is crazy.
Yeah, facts. I think okay. So when we talk verses, right? I don't see. I don't consider MJ R&B because I think MJ used to cheat. He used to do basically popular material, hip hop beats, and that soulful ass voice. So I don't consider MJ R&B. I consider him pop. He's the king of pop. Same thing with.
I disagree. I feel like he's an icon, and I don't think he has a realm. I think he can do R&B, disco, pop, whatever he chooses to do. He's one of those artists that can do. You know who's kind of similar to him, but not as great as he is? Lucky Day. Like, you see how Lucky Day does different types of you know what I'm saying? When you have a great artist and you have different vocal range and the creative your creative range is high, you could do anything you want,
And that's why I consider him pop, because he does everything, and mainly his subject matter is popular. His subject matter is not, I'm gonna clap them cheeks. You know what I'm saying? It's like the most risque we got out of MJ is like, yo, on some G shit, we can sit in the park, go to France after dark, and we just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just that's the most risque thing he would say when it came to like love. You didn't hear him sing the draws.
I like Remember the Time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said at the park in the dark.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the song I'm referring to. Like, that's his most like risque joint. He said, I remember back in the park after dark in France. Like he said somewhere. It was somewhere, outside the country. He telling her like, yo, we can meet up in the dark in the park out there. But I consider him popular, which means he's considered the king of pop. Prince pop to me, but he has his instrumentation, R&B, soft rock, pop, like it's everything with Prince.
And his ballads, it's really, when he R&B, his ballads is mostly R&B. Like his other material is like borderline pop to me. Yeah.
Right. So when I think of Usher, even though I feel like Usher can do pop, I feel like Usher could play in different roles because of his vocal ability. I still consider him R&B, if that makes sense, because majority of his great songs and majority of his work is laced in R&B. So if somebody was to say to me that Usher was king of R&B, I won't agree, but I won't argue that, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally,
because who could you see in a versus with Usher? I think that'll be tough.
Well, nobody that's out.
If that you don't think Chris Brown could mess with Usher?
No. The only way. All right, so I'm gonna be brutally honest when I say this, right? From a performance standpoint, can Chris Brown go against Usher versus? Easily, because Chris Brown can perform. The problem with Chris Brown, he's a legend, and this is gonna sound bad, but because I don't want to come on no way. But Usher's hits, they feel a little different because
it's more mature. Yeah, Chris Brown has like the younger crowd to me. You know what I'm saying? I think Usher's more mature. Definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like some of Usher's biggest records, like, people know them word for word. Chris Brown, he's so influential. He's pack arena, so people know it's music. But I still feel like it's a little different. I don't feel like Chris Brown has a Confessions. Like album wise, I don't feel like he has one. Even though he's made great albums.
Right.
Great albums. Like, but I don't feel like he has a Confessions. So I don't think he could do it on that aspect, but he can perform. So you're saying if you get Usher and Chris Brown performing, yeah, that's easy. Usher, Chris Brown perform that all day. Now somebody say to me, Chris Brown is king of R&B. I don't agree, but I'm not going to argue that because he earned the right.
Right, his catalog is crazy too. Yeah, he been in the game a long. These guys been in the game a long time. Both of them since like Chris Brown kind of been around from our era too. Like
Because I remember I remember buying that Chris album, that Chris Brown album. Probably was it 2005? I think 2006. That summer was really because you had Neo, Chris Brown, and Bobby Valentino come out that same time, and Trey Songz. And Chris Brown, he did his thing and he had great music. But I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. I'm just saying, if you would say Chris Brown is the king of R&B, I wouldn't argue that, but I wouldn't agree. If you said Usher is the king of R&B, I don't agree. I'm not going to argue that because their catalog, their longevity, and they've earned the right. These guys are icons.
Yeah, they are.
R&B in the R&B realm. But for me, when I think of king of R&B, and I think of one person and one person only, he's in jail right now. He's going to be in jail for a little while. You know what I'm saying? We all know
Kelly. Yeah, Kelly.
It's Kells for me. So like, and I'm pretty sure out of respect, if you said any of those guys, most people would be like, all right, cool. But when people say other people outside of those three, yeah, somebody said, I remember watching something, somebody said Babyface. Respect to Babyface because Babyface has been doing it ever since I was a little boy. Doing it for a long time. And he got big records, but I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
And songwriting wise, yes. Catalog wise, hell no.
I agree. Facts. I mean, his songwriting ability, but Babyface could sing. Babyface got vocals. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows how to make a great song. But I don't think he's the king of R&B. But I ain't mad at somebody giving him his flowers because he earned it. So that's one thing I want to be clear.
He don't come in the race because he hasn't lasted over time. He gets hot and cold. Like he hasn't. Like Usher and Chris Brown keeps doing it. Like you know what I'm saying?
I agree. So shout out to all these great R&B artists. But again, the question was favorite Usher album. I definitely mine was My Way. Yours was Confessions. The chat overwhelmingly 48% with Confessions, and I'm not mad at that at all. That's a fire album front to back. Even the extended version is popping. Like there's no skips. Every song on that joint is hot. Every song. So I'm not mad at that at all. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment, barbershop talk. Our barbershop talk of this episode, for this episode, I should say. Question to you, question to the chat. We'd love to know your answers in the chat. Barbershop talk for this episode is in a family setting. Is boys more protected than daughters in the household? The reason why this was a question and it was a big barbershop talk because there was a girl that went viral. She was having an argument with her brother. She locked her door because the brother was he was pissed off. It sounded like he could have got violent. He broke her door down. It got a little violent. She called the police. He called the mother. He continued to curse her out. He's saying that you got no mother, no father. You don't got no emotion. You still living at home. You 22 years old. You still living at home. What else he said? You don't got a father. Your father don't want to be a part of your life, and you don't got no emotion. And then he gets on the phone with the mother and says, "Yo, mom, she called the police on me. You got to get her out of this house." The girl followed up with a story saying that she moved. because their mother sided with the son. So that's why this was a big conversation in the barbershop. So the question again is boys more protected than daughters in the household? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. What's you, bro?
That's too broad of a question. Because we have individual temperament, birth order, family size, and cultural upbringing. Like you have to have certain circumstances, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't just say that girls are protected. You know what I'm saying? Like if say there's 2 kids in the house, the girl's 18 and the boy is 5. Of course, the boy's going to be more protected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it depends on the condition, in my opinion.
Now, she was speaking because she was 22. She is 22, and the young man is 18.
She
So,
black or white?
oh, they brothers and sisters.
No, I'm saying the race.
That's what I meant. Like, cause I hate saying black. Because
Okay. So African American.
Right. I
Okay.
hate saying that too. I hate saying that too.
Well,
But
it still depends, but most, it's sad to say, majority of households are mostly single women led, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they may tend to favor the boy, over the girl sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
You know?
me personally, throughout my upbringing, and when I look at a lot of my friends is either from the Caribbean or the foundational, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's upbringing was kind of different, and what I mean
Mm-hmm.
by that is it was more so about class. So more so like the working class family,
Mm-hmm.
everybody got that action equally. Everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
and then like in my family personally, I was my dad's favorite and my mom
Mm-hmm.
was my mom's favorite.
Right.
And mind you, he the big brother, I'm the little brother. And
Right.
everybody had their favorite, and that's what it was. So I honestly believe that it could be situational.
Yeah.
It depends.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
It depends on the kid, the temperament with the parents. And I get it because I was kind of mean to my mom and my
Mm-hmm.
upbringing. I love my mother to death. Rest in peace, mom. But for me, it was situational. I think it's situational. So when I see some of my friends that's in the same financial situation, it was like the same like mine. My mom had the favorite, dad had his, and it was kind of like that. Even though they loved us the same but just different. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like you're about to add to that.
No, I wouldn't know. I never had no sisters. My mother had all boys, so I was the oldest of 4. So
Hmm.
we all got it the same too.
Yeah. It's same thing over here. Like it was just
Mhm.
me and my brother,
Right.
and then my dad had other kids,
Mhm.
with different women, things
But
of that.
what's funny in my dynamic? If my mother would have had a girl, she would have got preferential treatment because she's the only girl. You understand what
Right,
I'm trying to say? With a
right,
bunch of boys. So it depends on the dynamic.
right. Yeah. So me personally, I'm gonna have to agree where I think it's situational. I don't think it's
Yeah.
one than the other. I mean, like again, I'm using myself as an example. My father, even though I was his favorite, he was extremely hard on me. I didn't hear the word "I'm proud of you." He
Yeah.
looked, he pointed out everything I did wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, when people say like, "Yo, like this, that, and the third," I'm like, "Really?" They're like, "Yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
real." But I didn't get that as I got older, as far as like what I meant to him. You know what I mean? So he used to
And
say,
shout out to Roland, man. Shout out to Roland. Rest in
"Yeah,
peace, man. That was
rest
the
in, rest
man.
in
That
peace,
was the
rest in
man.
peace," right? But he used to say things to me, "You don't require as much."
Right.
So, and it goes to the preferential treatment. When some
Right.
parents don't think certain siblings or their siblings, certain children don't require as much, they expect a little bit more out of them, so they're not as protected.
Right.
If makes sense. You know, so
I agree. I agree. Mm-hmm.
Individually. Now, I've had some of my friends who happen to be from the islands, and it was mixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the sons got, preferential treatment, and some of the daughters got preferential treatment. You
Right.
know, whether they was, from Jamaica, whether they was from Haiti, whether they was from Trinidad, it was very situational. It wasn't the same in each household, and real like what's like really stood out to me, the oldest sibling, they got the most leeway because they
Mm-hmm.
was expected the most.
Right.
Meaning,
Right.
yo, when I'm not
Yeah.
around, you
Yeah.
expected to watch your siblings. You know
Right.
what I
That's how I
mean?
was. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I think that's what I think. I think is
Mm-hmm.
situational based. In the barbershop, based on their, experiences, some people felt like it was the girl, some people felt like it was the boy. So,
Mm-hmm. Especially
you
if you
know,
got brothers like me, I always felt like the youngest got preferential treatment. Like they got away with stuff we never would have got away with. You know what I'm saying? I used to kind of be
mhm.
jealous of that too when I was young.
Yeah. See, and it's so weird, right? My brother would tell my mother, yo, you let Ashley get away with stuff that I can never get away with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my father was on the other side of that, like, nah, this little nigga ain't away with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
going to shoot, like, he let him rock a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
it was different,
Yeah. Situational.
So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know, so like I told a story prior to, I was trying to get my brother to want his son, even though my mother had to get at him one time. I was like, your mom is mad at you. And he like, I'm gonna go in the house and I got wrapped around my finger. I'm like, I'm telling you, she was just on the phone. She about to get at you. Don't let
Mm-hmm.
none of that shit fool you. Cooked them up a nice meal. He looked at me, looked into the room, started smiling like, I told you. All right, cool. He gets into the shower. My mother runs in the shower, gets into the shower, right? I'm like, yo, what did he do? And all I hear is, and my mother with a belt. Like, why he's in the shower, he's doing
Yeah,
all
that's
this.
the worst because you feel all of that. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Damn.
like the little brother, I'm pointing like, yo, I told you, I'll try to warn
Mm-hmm.
you. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's situational based. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the barbershop talk for this episode. Shout out to y'all that's tuned in, tap in, y'all. Hit them likes, the 100s. It helps the growth of the show. Shout out to Tremont. Growing up, my parents were way stricter with me than my sister. Um, I was
Mm-hmm.
allowed to stay out late and roam the neighborhood, but she had strict curfew and constant checking.
Yeah, we
And
all did. When that street light came on, you better bring your butt in the house. That's how you.
yeah, facts.
When that street light came on, you already know.
I used to get mad at my father for that. I'm like, yo, why do I have to be in the street light on? All my friends are
Mm-hmm.
still outside.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Be like, yo, I ain't their father. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like what he
Mm-hmm.
said off. So
I
you
hated that
know,
too. I used to sneak out sometime, but but where are they now though? You know.
that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, y'all, if
Mm-hmm.
this is the first time tuning in, tap in. I'm Ashley Lovechild. That's Jokey. Can the Brothers Get It Right podcast, episode 274. That's a lot of episodes, y'all. And remember, we got the 300th episode coming up. That's going to be a big, big episode. Doing 100 episodes was major. 200 episodes was like, what the hell? And 300 is like, oh my God. So, again, the show continues to grow each and every episode. We up to 14,000 subscribers. So continue to like, subscribe, and share. All right, so moving on to our next segment, our Eddie Murphy Awards. Tonight's episode is going to be a little different with the Eddie Murphy Awards because I normally give y'all 3 movies to tap into. Instead, I'm going to give y'all 3 new movies that's actually coming out and that's in production. So the first movie that's in production, and I can't wait to see this because I was such a fan of the first movie, even though it's 30-something years later, probably 40. They announced Heat 2 will be coming out, and I'm super excited for this.
Mm-hmm.
They got big dog Christian Bale playing that Al Pacino character. For those who are familiar with the original Heat movie, they got Leonardo DiCaprio playing the Val Kilmer role, and they got Stephen Grant playing the Robert De Niro role. These three are uberly great actors, and to play a role such as this, if y'all familiar with the Heat movie, which is just a fire movie. It is like one of those movies that change your life as soon as you watch it, but it don't get spoken about as much. So I can't wait to see that. So that's the first one on my list. I can't wait to see. Second show. This is a show that's in development. Big fan of it as a kid, and I'm not sure they turned it into an animation series or a live action series, but it looked like it's going to be fire as far as the cover that they dropped. Disney is developing gargoyles. Gargoyles used to be big back in the late 90s. It was such a good time. Great show. One of my favorite actors, voice actors and actors did Gargoyles, which is Keith David. If y'all familiar with Keith David, um, great actor, great voice actor, and so now they bring in the Gargoyles series back. Third and final, can't wait to see this. They bringing back Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan, and the director himself, if they able to pull this off, I'm going to be there first day. The director himself wants Jim Carrey to play the new Freddy Krueger. If they pull that off, I think everybody and their mother's going to see that, because Jim Carrey is a hellified actor. You get him to do two of the strongest things that he can do. One, be scary. Two, crack jokes, because Freddie used to crack jokes. So now you mix that with the scared Jim Carrey and his physical style. I'm there first day. So those are the three upcoming movies that's in development: Heat 2, Gargoyle the show or the series, and Nightmare on Elm Street will be reprised. Any of those stick out to you that you would tap into?
Yeah, because I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan, so I know Heat's going to be dope, and I know that well, I wasn't. I'm really a big fan of not doing movies over, but I think that Jim Carrey can upgrade Freddy Krueger because his talent. You know, he's funny and he can act. So I think he'll be an upgrade to Freddy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. Like, don't get me wrong. The original Freddy was played by, I believe, Robert Englund. I believe he was Freddy. Like I just looked at the the thing. I pulled it up, so I just wanted to be clear. Robert Englund played the first Freddy. When they tried to get switch Robert Englund, it was never the same. But you get a guy like Carrey in there. I agree with you, bro. I think it's an upgrade in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of these. So it's
number
it's
two.
funny.
I don't know. I think Disney been messing up. Even the Marvel series, they've been messing them series up. You know, I don't know. I don't know about Disney, man. I think they need to take these old comic books and old stories back away from Disney. They've been messing up a lot, especially the Marvel series. I haven't been happy with Marvel since they went.
Marvel series. I was very disappointed with what was the one with his sister? She was in Black Panther 2. Oh my god. And she was like the female version of Iron Man. They gave her
I didn't like that either. Yeah, I forgot the name of it. So I didn't like that either. I think, yeah.
Yeah, that was ass. That was ass. It had one good episode the whole time, but the majority of it was terrible. I do like outside of everything else they've been messing up on, to be honest with you. I do like Spider-Man Noir. I don't know if you tapped into Spider-Man Noir.
I didn't watch the new one yet. I was waiting for a good day to,
tap into
You saw
it.
the new one? It's good?
It's for me. I thought it was like because you got a guy like damn, his name was just on my head. Now I gotta look it up.
I don't know. I kind of stopped watching when they made up the multiverse and they had like 10 Spider-Mans, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't like
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Even the was it Kane the Conqueror? I
Yeah.
don't like the silliness that comes with it's like they make it
Yeah.
look like Star Wars, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
It was Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was cooking.
Mm,
He was cooking. And this was Spider-Man, like the version in the 1930s. He was
right.
cooking. So to me, I thought it was really good. The Asian lady from Sinners was in this. She was
Right.
cooking. To me, it was a good
I'm gonna watch
series.
it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna let you know too. I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
not definitely check it out. And I love the X-Men 97. Those are the only two that I've seen
Yeah, the
Marvel.
comic, the cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was excellent.
yeah.
That was
But
excellent.
they dropped season 2 a few days back, and they dropped 3 episodes, and the first 3 episodes.
It's crazy.
What? Oh my god, bro! I watched it like 3 times a piece. Like, so
Yeah, that was a good. Now I'm not gonna lie, I like the X-Men cartoon. That's it, because
yeah,
it stayed to the comic book. It was like
yes,
right.
yes,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And then they made it gritty as well. I'm like you. I don't like too much of the silliness. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I'm not a big
yeah,
fan of Deadpool like that. I'm not a big fan of anything that's like silly, and it doesn't have to be silly. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So yeah, I
And
definitely
X-Men was serious characters. Like I was an X-Men comic book collector. Like I used to collect all of those comics. So I like to see Wolverine as Wolverine. I like to
yeah,
see
yeah,
Colossus.
yeah. I agree. So those are the only two that sticks out to me. The rest, I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been good. The rest
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been good. So I agree with you, bro. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next one. I'm gonna give y'all some must-hear music like I do each and every episode, whether it's new or old, whether it's hip hop, R&B, reggae, gospel. I'll give y'all some of that fire. So my tonight's profile artist, my Michael Jackson awards go to legendary group B and CC Winans. Y'all gotta put these 3 songs on y'all playlist. My first Michael Jackson award goes to their song "Up Where We Belong." Second Michael Jackson award goes to their song "Lost Without You." And my third and final Michael Jackson award goes to their song "Addictive Love." Make sure you put those 3 songs on your playlist by B and CC Winans. I'm telling you, top fire music. Y'all gonna enjoy this. So again, make sure y'all tap into that. I moving on to our next segment. Again, if it's your first time tuning in, tapping in, I'm Ashley Lovechild, and that man to my right is Jokey. So again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in. But y'all already know, man, we're about to get on that flight. Send them the turkey or no. Send them the turkey or no. I know the rules of the game. We type in T to send it to turkey, or we type it in now to send it to turkey. And what do turkey mean? If people say do crazy things, yo, we send it to turkey over here because that's just what it is. All right, y'all. First one of the night. Rapper Ice Cube has said in a recent interview that he opted out of doing the movie Poetic Justice because he had creative differences with the character Lucky. He was supposed to play the Tupac character Lucky, and because he had creative differences, is the reason why he opted not to do the movie on Singleton. And the scene that they was talking about, he said it came down to a scene. The scene that he was talking about is when the Tupac character and what's the comedian name?
Joe Torre.
Joe Torre. Joe Torre had a fight. He kicked him out the truck and he left him. And that was the gripe. He's like, yo, if you rewrite that, I'll do the movie. John Singleton, R.I.P. to John Singleton. So I'm keeping the movie as is. And that's why he did not do the movie because of the creative difference. He said in real life, he would never leave his homeboy for a random chick. So that's why he didn't like it. He said that's not realistic. So again, let me know what y'all think in the chat. Type in T send it to Turkey. Type it in now to send it to Turkey. Let me know what y'all think about this in chat. What's you, bro?
Send the turkey. Send the turkey. I mean, just because you write scripts and do movies yourself, who are you to tell the creator I'm not doing something? You know,
Right.
you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. Stay in your lane. You know.
Right. And this is young Ice Cube. This is not 30 years in Ice Cube. This is like, Poetic Justice, I believe, was probably his third movie, or what's been his third movie, I should say, because Boys in the Hood came out before that, and I think that would have been his second, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe after that we seen Ice Cube in what, Higher Learning, and then Friday. Friday came out what, 95? Higher Learning came out 94, right?
I
I
think Ice
believe,
Cube, that was before Friday came out.
right, because Friday like
That
95.
makes it worse, to be honest. That makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. See, my thing is this, right? I agree with you on the aspect where, like, dude, it's not your project. You're being asked to
Yeah.
on a project
Yeah.
as an actor, even though you have to bring it to life. You can have
Right.
a creative difference, but at the same time, to me, this does not make or break you not to do the role.
Right.
To me, this is kind of like foolish. Like, this is not like there's a scene that you so much disagree with the like the value or something degrading you. This is not a degrading type of scene, right?
Right.
In my opinion. Yeah, so that's, to me, I think it's a bit like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. You know what I'm
And
saying? Even
you a rapper. Like I get it. You want things to feel as real as possible. But part of acting is being able to go outside of yourself and follow a script and put yourself in different situations and be convincing as well. That's the art of it.
right, yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So I mean, all of them get a turkey because you should have got an actor instead of a rapper. You started, you know, you pick a rapper and then expect them to understand. A lot of these rappers, keeping it real at all times is part of what they do too. They want to keep it real to keep their audience. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Especially at that time, because IQ made the pivot. He was still rapping, but he had a whole bunch of situations with his former group. It was a lot going on for Ice Cube at
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
in that image, that hardcore image.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna send him to Turkey as well. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of weak. He could have been a part of, like, mind, he still had an excellent career, has had an excellent career. But how much dope it would have been to have a movie like, Poetic Justice in your catalog too. Like,
And that's
what?
another black man. You giving them all a hard time. Would you tell Steven Spielberg I'm not doing it?
Right.
Like, come on, man. All the way to
Or
Turkey.
would you tell Steven Spielberg, hey, yo, change this part in the script?
Yeah, you're not doing that. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Especially at that time. We're talking about at
Mm-hmm.
that time. We're talking about Jerry Curl just coming out,
Mm-hmm.
just being single from his group
Mm-hmm.
NWA,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of lucky to find his second niche into acting, because he was
Mm-hmm.
hardcore rapper. So
But I know he regrets that now because that's a cult classic movie. That movie's a cult classic. Rest in peace, John Singleton. That's a cult classic.
facts. And honestly, Tupac bodied it. Like after we
Mm-hmm.
see Tupac, we don't look at, like, honestly, we don't look at Poetic Justice and be like, damn, what if Ice Cube would have did this movie
He
instead?
would have killed it too, to be honest, because that's one of them things I think he could fit. Like he's a very relatable actor. Like when he acts, like Friday was very relatable. Like that's what made
Mm-hmm.
him, So I think he would have killed it. I just think that I don't know. I think he gets beside himself off the scenes. You know what I'm saying? He want to be. I don't know if it's because he got jerked early in his career, but he wants to have his hands in everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, again, if he did the role, I think it would have been good. I think it would have been really good, but it would have been
Yeah.
different. It would have been different because ladies look at Tupac, and I'm talking about as a kid. I remember as a kid when Tupac was around, ladies like Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
They was feeling him hard, and it was
Mm-hmm.
basically putting the rap thug that people love, like the women love,
Mm-hmm.
with like the R&B princess, and people
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see that. You know what I mean?
But you don't think Ice Cube did the same thing? I mean, he came from NWA. That's what's more gangster than that. I believe they both got the same type of resume, in my
They
opinion. I think
do, but not the same pill.
Ice Cube is that dude too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like a lot of his, I don't know. That
I'm just,
I think
again, I've never heard women speak of Ice Cube the way they spoke of Tupac.
I can't say that because a lot of women love to watch Friday 10,000 times. Like women will watch Friday like they never saw it before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's when a matter of fact, when you talk about cult classics, Friday has to be at the top.
That's
what I'm saying. So he's up there.
But Friday's a very different movie from Poetic Justice. Poetic Justice, you have to have some sort of.
But we talking about appeal. You said appeal. Like we talking about appeal. Now I think I think Ice Cube got just as much as an appeal as Tupac.
I disagree.
Women like Ice Cube too. Like they love Friday. You know what I'm saying? They love that movie.
But it's for different reasons. It like in Friday, people cracking jokes. You don't need a pill to crack jokes. You just got to be funny. Friday is funny.
It's hilarious.
It's so Tupac, and I'm speaking from what I heard. The ladies, how they revere Tupac physically. I've never heard women revere Ice Cube physically. That's all I'm saying. Is this a different appeal? They both have appeal, but it's different. It's not. I've never heard a woman like refer to Ice Cube as a sex symbol. They looked at Tupac as a sex
symbol. I could agree with that part. I could agree with that part. I could agree with that.
So when I say appeal, I didn't make it so like specific on sex appeal.
Right, you said, I mean? You didn't say sex appeal. Now you said sex appeal. Yeah, I feel like women do look at Tupac with more sex. I mean, yeah.
And this had to be stressed. It's for a movie like Poetic Justice. It's not for a Boys in the Hood. It's not for a Friday. Poetic Justice. Like there has to be some sort of romance, and like even when Ice Cube does like romantic stuff, right? When I think of Are We There Yet? It like him and Nia Long's character don't feel like boyfriend and girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like it felt like cousin. They don't.
And if they never kissed, you wouldn't even care. We was waiting for Tupac to kiss Janet.
Right.
We was. So that's why I said, I give you that one because I was waiting for that. I was like,
Yeah, because that was the thing at the time, and then the whole story about how he had to get tested because he was rumored to have so many women and women actually love that shit. Like, oh, damn, he got so many chicks, gotta get tested.
Well, I heard that she snubbed him. Like she didn't want to kiss him. She felt like he was dirty. Like
right.
Yeah, he's like, get out of here. Yeah.
Want to see contrast. So that's what I meant. I didn't want to like say it. You know what I mean? But I obviously had to say it. But and I'm just speaking for what I heard women say. I don't like. I'm not looking.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Like so they said everybody in the chat says I cubed the turkey. Shout out to Tree going. He going in the chat.
I see him going there.
He was tripping, Jenny, Miss Jackson. It nasty. Put things
turned out the way it was supposed to in their careers. Yeah.
But things turn out the way it's supposed to be in the careers. Yeah.
But honestly, if Tupac didn't pass away, who knows where he would have been now? He probably would have took off,
Facts. I think he was already taken off based on his old choices after the Poetic Justice, when he started playing a drug addicted, guy, and he got friends that's drug addicts, and they're trying to get and cops, So there are
Tupac
times
had
when
a
he
great
said,
mind. I wouldn't be surprised he even moved into activism or something of that nature, something powerful that impacts the community, you know.
mhm.
I had the
I think,
privilege of meeting him. And he was a very deep individual, you know what I'm saying? He had bigger plans than, you know what I'm saying? Even with Death Row East, he was really trying to get the community, give back to the community at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
you know, the another thing, Jokey, a guy like Tupac uses the arts, music,
Mm-hmm.
acting, pay his
Mm-hmm.
bills, but
Mm-hmm.
he felt like he had a bigger calling and
Mm-hmm.
other things to voice and
Mm-hmm.
use the platform to speak out against different
Mm-hmm.
things that were out of pocket. So
Mm-hmm.
I totally
Mm-hmm.
agree there.
And he don't get
Do
enough credit. That was one of the most professional people in the studios I ever witnessed. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them guys that go in there, don't play around. He's always prepared. He'll knock out 5-6 songs in one night. Like he was a beast, man. Like he was on top of it when he was committed to something. He put his all into it. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And
mhm.
I think his image got in the way on what he truly was. Because if you ever was around that man, he was even intimidating the way he go in there and bust them songs out, man. He did not play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that was very evident for those who don't
Mm-hmm.
know. After Tupac, so again, I remember when I was a kid when Tupac passed away. But when he passed away, it seemed like
Mm-hmm.
he had an album every summer for
Mm-hmm.
like the next 3-4 years. That's how much music that he recorded
Mm-hmm.
while he was
Mm-hmm.
here. They still had enough to drop albums. And mind you, Tupac didn't release 8, 10 song albums. He was
Mm-hmm.
dropping this and this is after he
Mm-hmm.
passed away, 20 something songs on an
Mm-hmm.
album, like 4 some straight. So
And another
that,
thing people don't know about recording, because me and you record as well.
yeah,
How many songs do you do just to do it? You'll probably do 50 songs just to put 12 songs on an album.
yeah, yes,
You understand?
yeah,
So they have a lot of material anyway, because if this is your lifestyle, you're doing this all the time. Like we make so many songs. You probably made 150 songs to put 10 songs on an album. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
rest of them, you know, that's how it works, you know?
yeah. And then also what makes it that way too is whatever your goal is as an artist, whatever your theme is. Like I was telling the chat, I'm working on my new album, and the only reason why they have gotten new music is because we're creating our own platforms. I no longer want to
Mm-hmm.
go to Apple. I no longer want to go through Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And the new album that I'm working on is fire, but I'm working on different ways to actually get them the music without using those platforms because it don't
Vinyl.
benefit us.
Go
So,
back to vinyl. You try to go back to vinyl.
oh my God, bro, this new album, and I have to
Mm-hmm.
do visuals when I do albums. So I can sit
Mm-hmm.
there and record 4 songs in the night, but
Mm-hmm.
once I do my visual, it's like, okay, these songs no longer fit this project, but I'm gonna put
Mm-hmm.
these aside for another project.
Right.
You know, so a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times
I already
we hear,
know. Yeah.
a lot of times when people hear songs, they don't realize the songs will be 3, 4 years old, but they
Mm-hmm.
have so much substance that you would think that we just did. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how a lot
Mm-hmm.
of so shout out to Pac because
Mm-hmm.
I remember as a kid, like damn, like, I think when he passed away, I was probably like 11, maybe
Mm-hmm.
10. And I remember being well into high school when he still had albums coming out. I'm like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
and these disc albums. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Tupac. All right,
Yeah.
Joe, move on to our next Senator Turkey on rapper Little Kim was asked if she was interested in doing a verse. She said yes. They asked who with who. She directly said, I want to do a versus with Nicki Minaj. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Are we sending this to Turkey or not? Are we sending this to Turkey or not? Little Kim wants to do verses and she wants to go head to head with the
That
Kim.
makes sense. That makes sense. You know, that makes sense. That's like Michael Jackson going in the verses with Usher. Like you had the queen the first queen battling the new queen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a little bit of music for everybody. Like if you go from the early 2000s back the 90s and the early 2000s, Little Kim is it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like it's like the old battle and the new. So it's room for that. I could see that happening. That'll be a dope battle.
Mm-hmm. I will say this about both artists. Both artists had their time. Both. Little
Mm-hmm.
Kim had her
Mm-hmm.
time where it looked, it to me, in my opinion, it looked more monumental because of Biggie and because of the whole East Coast, West Coast, and then Junior Mafia with her, and she was the standout in Junior Mafia along with Little Caesar, but she was it. Little Kim
Oh,
had Little
I
Kim had her.
disagree.
Well,
I
Little Kim had
disagree
her.
because rappers were different.
Hold on, let me
Like okay,
hold
okay,
on,
okay,
hold on.
okay, okay.
Little Kim had her time where she was the, even though you had Foxy, Missy, in
Right.
my opinion, Lil Kim lyrically and how it felt when it comes to rapper, she was it. Foxy wasn't as promoted as hard as Little Kim because Foxy was with a crew. Little Kim was with a label. Missy, she was promoted just as hard and harder, but Missy was considered, she's
Songwriter.
considered a rap artist, meaning
And
like
she
she
was a
does,
songwriter mostly too.
right. She
Mm-hmm.
does a little of everything. It feels
Mm-hmm.
R&B-ish,
Mm-hmm.
it feels rapish, it feels a little of everything. So Little
Mm-hmm.
Kim had her time, but Nicki Minaj, when she had her time, she had Young Money, Drake, Lil Wayne. It doesn't get any bigger than that, right? They popped off at a time where it was like, yo, this is Young Money. But at the same time, they all did their things kind of separate. They did a couple of joints together, but it was separate. With Bad Boy, it felt together when you seen Biggie, Little Kim, Junior. That felt monumental. So I think it would be a great versus. The thing is, and shout out to the chat, Kim got a lot of big records. Nicki got a lot of big records. The winner of this is who will be able to perform better. Because Little Kim can perform and Nicki can perform.
I don't think it'll be no losers because if you, like I said again, if you go to the 90s and up, like 90s and the 2000s, Little Kim catalog is crazy. You're gonna sing it, her and the Mobb Deep song. Like they certain songs you sing, the whole crowd wanna sing it with her. Like I don't think where would Nicki Minaj be without someone like Little Kim came? Little Kim paved the way for a lot of them to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? You still have to give it up to her. They're monumental. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's like saying G Unit versus Run DMC. G Unit not gonna wipe the floor. Run DMC ran their time. Like they ran
Right.
it. Like so
Right.
so if you play
Right.
Rock This Way and all them hits from back in the day, certain people gonna go crazy off that. And when G Unit play their joints, the new wave gonna go crazy off that. So nobody really loses, in my opinion. That's why I said no, I don't think it's gonna a turkey. Yeah, I would go for the best because in her era, she was considered one of the best female rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. A quick shout out to Ron Jack. I didn't even realize Ron Jack was in here. One of our day ones, one of our big bad shoulders, one of our mods. Y'all make sure y'all talk to us nice. Shout out to my dog Rowan Jack in the building. Had his badge
What's up,
for over
Ronan?
years.
Mm-hmm.
He had his badge for over 2 years. So
He
again,
said
shout
they all can compete in Turkey.
out.
He don't like either one of them, Ronan?
But again, like both of these artists are monumental. You don't have a Nicki Minaj without a Little Kim because what most people don't like to realize, and I use this in sports when they say, "Oh, this is easy. This generation." It's supposed to be easier because you have something to look up.
Mm-hmm.
When I was playing sports, when I was playing football, when I was playing basketball, I was better than the guys in my neighborhood at my age and when they were at their age because I'm watching them. If that makes sense, so I could do that now. And that makes me better.
Absolutely.
So that way, when I get older and somebody like a little kid watch when I get older, I could do that too, and he will be better. It's supposed to be that
But
way,
you know what's funny? Little Nicki Minaj is like the Little Kim to these new rappers.
right? Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
I
the
agree.
same. Like, yeah.
I agree. I agree. And this might be kind of messed up to say, right? But we're in the fourth era of
Mm-hmm.
re-rap
Mm-hmm.
because I consider Little Kim era the first, right? The
Mm-hmm.
first opinion, I think of the Salt Peppers, the Shantae, Roxanne's, those older
I wouldn't say she the first. I mean, you
MCs.
got to look at MC Light, Queen
MC,
Latifah.
right. I was about,
I was listening to rap with Melly Mel and the Grandmaster Flash. Like I'm 56, so I can go way back. You know what I'm saying? So to watch the generations is cool, but going through the generations, Little Kim was the shit in her time,
mm-hmm.
and Nicki Minaj was the shit in her time. So that'll be a good battle because you're going in time. So it's like going into a time warp, and people just going to enjoy the music from back all the way back there to now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right.
how
And
I
that's
look at it.
but that's what I'm saying. When you think of like
Mhm.
MC Light, right? But MC Light, she came off as the MC. She was cute, but she wasn't
Right,
trying to be sexy. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Little Kim was like, yo, you see what it is, but I don't consider Little Kim, I consider her like the second wave because you had your
right.
MC Lights, your Queen Latifahs, your
Mhm.
Shantaes before them. And that second wave to me is Little Kim, Foxy, Missy, that group.
Mhm.
And then the third wave, in my opinion, is Nicki Minaj and everybody with Nicki Minaj. But Nicki Minaj, in my opinion, in her era, she dominated something crazy because it wasn't the same in the era previous. Because with Kim, she had to go up against Foxy, Missy, Lauren Hill. Like she had like rappers in her time.
Lauryn Hill's more in Little Kim's time. You don't think so?
That I said Lauren Hill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
another thing too. I think Nicki Minaj is more. The only person that could compete with is probably Little Kim. I'm talking about worldwide. Like Nicki
Yeah,
Minaj is
facts.
more of a worldwide sensation. Like a lot of the older rappers, they were just global. They were not as global as Nicki Minaj. She's more
Right.
global.
Well, Missy is global, but Missy, I don't think she has enough
No, she don't got
of
a catalog.
of no, she got no Missy got. I'm saying Missy got big records. Missy got a catalog, but she don't have enough hard
uh,
records, in my opinion.
I don't think she has the catalog to compete with them two. I think she's like a strong third, second or third. I don't think she can compete with those two. She's dope. Don't get me wrong, and kudos to Missy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of her. I remember when she was staying in her Timberland house. It
Yeah,
was okay. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
but nah. I mean, she's big, but not as big as them two. Mm-mm.
I disagree when it comes to Missy. I think she's global, like super global, because you don't go triple platinum each time without being super global. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
think she has the street records like
Mm-hmm.
Little Kim and
Mm-hmm.
Nicki
She's
Minaj that
dope
people
though.
love.
I love Missy. I love Missy. I just don't. I'm on a competition level. I'm talking about like catalog wise. I don't think she has enough songs to compete with both of them. Like their catalog's extensive. Both of them.
But I will say this though, if they do decide to do this, I think this will probably be one of the biggest verses that we've ever seen.
Yeah, for females, yeah, definitely, but
I, th- I
definitely.
think I think it will be probably top three overall because you
Hmm.
had big verses, right? But I think this will top three most watch because both
And Nikki got
both
to
of them.
curb. Nikki has to actually curb a lot of her cat because Nikki has like 3 decades worth of material. Little Kim didn't last as long as Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has decades
But
of
she got two.
material.
She got two decades because
Mm-hmm.
Nikki is what 06, 07.
Mm-hmm. Nikki
So
has
so we're
Nikki
talking
has
about
yeah. She got a
so
lot of hit records. A lot.
yeah. So I was saying Nikki
Yeah.
catalog is 2 decades. Little Kim
Yeah.
catalog is about
It's like
40 years. It's
I,
about 40 years.
when was the last? Let me see. What was the last song that Little Kim put out? Like Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't compete now. Like Nicki's still putting out songs. Like, you know, like that's like trying to battle Drake. It's hard to battle Drake because this dude been making hits for decades. Like he probably got 100 and 150 hits.
But see, here's my thing, right? Just because you got 150 hits, don't mean they gonna rock out. They was 150 hits at the time you dropped them. A lot of songs age out. And in my opinion, even though I think Drake is very talented, a lot of his music is gonna age out. But not to switch gears, right? Not to switch gears. Nicki has a lot of hits. Kim has a lot of hits. Remember, in verses, you can do features too. Kim has a lot of features.
Yeah, Kim is very impactful, but how long is that going to last? Like, if somebody keep punching you in the face, you're going to eventually drop. Like, Nicki got enough songs to keep punching you in the face all night. You know what I'm saying?
And I think Lil' Kim do too, for sure, easily.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that's the best lineup. You know what I'm saying? That's the best lineup. Yeah. She wasn't wrong by saying that. She wasn't wrong by saying that.
Because to keep it all the way 1,000, when was the last hit song Nicki had? So it's not about relevancy; it's about greatness.
I only can't name it because I'm old. I bet you if I ask my daughter, she'll name a song Nicki put out a month ago. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just that I stopped listening after a while, you know?
Me personally, I haven't heard people talk about Nicki music in a while. And this is what I'm saying. Nicki was a part of that third era. Now the fourth new era, I don't consider Nicki in this era. I consider this new era, to me, is your Megan Stallion.
So you don't feel like Nicki's still on top of the food chain now.
She's not, but I'm a believer of you don't have to be relevant to be like a legend. Nicki's a legend, so she doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to drop new music.
Right.
So that's how I look at it. She's not on top of no music because nobody is looking for no new music. If she drops a new album, people will go and support it and bump the album and buy the album and stream it. But the women who are the most active is easily your Lottos, your Nick, your Lottos, your Megan Thee Stallions, your Glorrillas. These girls are active. I'm not a fan of Sexy Red, but she's active. You know,
I'm really not a fan of none of them new. I mean, Glorilla a little bit, but I'm not a fan of none of these. The new.
But this was what I consider the fourth wave.
Yeah,
He's a part of that.
None of them knock me out like a Nicki Minaj or a Lil' Kim. They don't stand out like that.
Right. And I'm not saying that they do. I'm just making a differential on the eras, right? So I honestly believe both Nicki and Lil' Kim got big records, next level records, global records, but we're talking about verses.
Yeah.
You can't pull up to the verses with the most global record. If you do your most global record and it's out of time, that's an L.
We really talking about, is she a turkey for wanting to compete with Nicki Minaj? No.
Correct.
No. Yeah.
I'm agree with that. I think this will be something that we all would watch.
Yeah.
This is something that would be heavily promoted. Not one of the ones that like, oh, they doing the verses tonight. You know, this is something that people would really tap and see. They're gonna have major sponsorship. You know, there's gonna be a lot of if they were to try to do it, there will be like a lot of game planning because they're both legends, they're both greats, and have to have, you know, the extra card up their sleeve. You know, if I'm Nicki Minaj, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to bring Foxy on something. If I'm Lil' Kim, I'm trying to, you know, find a way to bring one of Nicki's rivals like Cardi B. Cardi B is another, you know, artist of the new wave. So, you know, trying to do things to get the one up on each. But I think both are, in my opinion, are great. But you don't have Nicki Minaj out of Lil' Kim because she was the template, and that's fine. I hate when people hear that and be like, "Oh, so what you trying to say? They was the template. They needed something to shoot for." Like, look, I don't think people realize. I don't think people realize when Lil' Kim came out, when Bad Boy came out, that energy and how sexy he was. Majority my friends, whether they were older or younger, had the hardcore Little Kim poster in their room.
Yeah.
What did Nicki Minaj do? She turned around and did the same type of same type of pose. Oh, probably not the same, but it was basically.
Yeah, so I'm saying they kind of paved the way, so that'll be a dope app. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sending Little Kim to Turkey because she wanted to do this. I think this will actually be great. Shout out to Rowan Jacket called Turkey. Shout out to he said name change. He did Jokey. Okay.
Shit, that is hilarious.
I like the new name, Rowan. I like the new name, Korath Rowan. I like that. That's why I like the new name. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. This is brought to you by Brothas Snaps. You get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's button snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. Again, that's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. First hot topic of the night in Time to Rap. Question: How impactful is Jay-Z reasonable? Excuse me. How impactful is Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album 30-year anniversary? Again, I'd love to know what y'all think about this in the chat. Again, the question is, how impactful is Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt Reasonable Doubt album 30-year anniversary? Again, I would love to know what you think about that in the chat. Let me hit that one more time. Again, how impactful is Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt album 30-year anniversary? I keep messing up on anniversary. What do you think, bro?
I mean, it has a cultural impact. You know what I'm saying? It's a foundational pillar of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it. Okay. Culturally, yeah, you know, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to definitely hit the Billboard in the top 100, maybe 200. So it's going to impact, you know.
Fact. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Me personally, when this album came out, I was a little kid and I didn't understand the album. Right? Just to be honest with you, I was probably like 10, maybe 11 when this album came out. Volume 1, love Volume 1, love Volume 2. Volume 3 has some big hits. Blueprint was next level for me. The Dynasty album was easily my favorite Jay-Z album up until about 3 years ago when I re-listened to Reasonable Doubt as a grown-ass man. Understanding what he was saying, what he was doing in his moment, and understanding the messaging. And that let me know, not just that album, but it was a big way of really displaying the message in your album while showing a visual and hearing it from song to song when they specify Reasonable Doubt. So, for me, if you had, because in my opinion, there's not one album that could describe hip hop. In my opinion, you need several albums. If somebody have never listened to hip hop and what hip hop needs to sound like, it's never just one album. There's several albums. This is one of it. This is one of them. If somebody was to say, I've never heard hip hop before, and I need 5 albums, Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt is one of those 5 for them to understand hip hop, the feel of it, the sound of it, the message behind it, the underlying message behind it, and what you want somebody to really take away from hip hop.
Yeah, and for me, what made that album super fire, like I'm from that era, right? It was, I
Mm-hmm.
think it was 1996 when that album came out.
Mm-hmm.
And to watch someone, him and Dame Dash, believe in themselves and be entrepreneurs and put out their own album on their own label, that was almost unheard of at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? It was monumental to the fact that you seen two dudes from the hood put their money together and make a successful record label and even a clothing line. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was very monumental at that time. Like, but now today, I think a lot of young people don't understand what they pulled off. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you kind of get it all erased watching these. First of all, we watch him and Dame Dash go at it all the time.
Yeah.
The kind of
Well,
decline of their friendship, you know what I'm saying? The scandals behind it kind of hurt their legacy. But if you remember that time in 1996, that was something to see. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you ever watched Above the Rim and Bernie Mac said you can't erase what they were.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at them.
It's very important that we celebrate ours when things like this happen, because I have to be honest with you. The reason why I knew Luther Vandross was great, Michael Jackson was great, Frankie Beverly and the Maze, and I've named different artists, Marvin Gaye, I've named different artists on purpose, is because the generation made sure that we knew why it was important and hear their greatness. This era, I think it's a bit of a cop out for younger people to say, well, it's not a cop out that they don't understand his greatness, but it's a cop if they don't know, because it's on us to be like, yo, this person was great and you need to understand this because you're old enough to understand it now.
Well, I mean,
For
you got
me,
no choice to respect. He great. He's a billionaire. Like you have to respect that he great. He's a billionaire. Like he made $1 billion and he from rapping. You
right.
know what I'm
But
saying? He can't.
well, us telling these stories and us going back, it matters because people don't understand how great something to somebody is until it comes back out, right? So, for example, the NWA movie, right? People don't know how pivotal NWA was until the movie came back out. I was a little kid at that time. I remember the first time I seen him, I was like, "Yo, who this?" Right? And it felt good, regardless of what they were talking about. It's just like, "Oh, I like this," but they from the West Coast, and it didn't matter to me that they was from the West Coast because it was hip hop, right? And I seen kids in there, and they dedicated crying when Eazy passed away because it was reintroducing them. Same thing with the Michael Jackson movie that just came out, which I thought wasn't good. But the beautiful part about the Michael Jackson movie coming out is people
But
that
why you
never.
didn't think it was good?
Well, I get into that. I get into that. So I
Okay.
just want to make a complete bigger point. So my
Okay.
thing is, the beautiful part about it is this: they was exposed to his greatness. They be like, "Yo, he was selling out theaters like that." It's like you heard about Michael Jackson, but you don't know about his impact. Like, yeah, people used to fake when Michael Jackson was standing on the stage for 10 seconds without moving, and people would faint, and you wouldn't believe it until you go back and watch those videos. But watching it in 2026 don't hit the same like in 1988, 1990 when I was a little kid, and he was like it was a different time, but understanding his importance being reintroduced. So that's why I say that for Jay-Z, him being reintroduced, having, happy 30th anniversary. It's good that Dane keeps talking about it. No, I think Dane looks like very sucker-ish because he speaks from like a sucker.
I think there's a lot of trauma in their relationship that's never been solved. I think that some relationships can't be mended, and when you're doing business and business go bad, because and I know this is a cutthroat business. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
a lot of us are already hurt and damaged by the business as it is.
Yeah.
Imagine imagine that's your man. You know what I'm saying? That yo, you got, you know what I'm saying? Because I went through similar situations where I thought people was my homies and they beat me out of money and beat me out of situations. That damage that's a different type of damage. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand what Dame is going through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, sometimes you know, a lot of breakups. If you see a lot of like you see Pete Rock and CL, or you see you see a lot of breakups, and you see they don't talk about it, but you can see the trauma and the disappointment when it's somebody you was cool with. You know what I'm saying? Or you run with like brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And me personally, I get it, but he don't realize when he speaks, like he's basically speaking to himself. Jay has never responded outside of, you know, Rude Picnic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he devalues the dopeness of what he contributed to the game. Like, and I said this in past episodes, Dame was necessary for hip hop at the time that he came. But he's, you know, his actions is very unbecoming right now because it's not just Jay-Z, it's other people as well. And my thing is this: if I was ever your friend, if I was ever considered your brother, it's certain things that I just won't do. Now, me and somebody cannot be cool, but I don't have energy to now. You beat me out some bread. If I feel like you beat me out some bread, if we not cool no more and it hurts, I cannot take that to the internet because he was really once my brother.
Now we talking. It's that internet. Because I feel like when you a certain age, you shouldn't be up there talking anyway. Like even me, you don't see me nowhere. I'm 56. I have nothing to say. Move over and let these young people do their thing. You should just be out here doing oldies but goodies. It seemed like these old people want the limelight like the young people. You know what I'm saying? And you're making yourself look bad out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not our lane. You understand? It's not our lane.
See, my thing with that is this, and I preach this. There's a difference between being relevant and being great. When you're great, you don't have to do the things that relevant people that's trying to be relevant do. You don't have to, because you're already great. Your name lasts ever. You don't have to be relevant. You don't have to compete. So you don't have to do the new thing to, because you got it. You already stamped and validated. So my thing is this with game is like, yo, I don't have it in me. I've been to your mother house. I've been around your pop. I've been around your family. I've been around your wife. I've been around your kids. I don't have it in me to be like, yo, there was a girl back in the day we was both going for, and I don't have that in me. And I'm not saying, or this. He never said this, what I'm about to say, but I heard other people say after they fall out. Yeah, you know I smashed this girl. Yeah, you know I smashed this wife.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Or
So
even someone being more successful than the other, right? I mean, there's different levels to success. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have to be the billionaire. As long as you able to live and be comfortable in what you did, you should be good with it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are bitter. A lot of people holding on to stuff like your cards is your cards, man. You know what I'm saying? Your cards is your cards. You know how many podcasters came to me want to know things about, because I was messing with Bird Gang Jim Jones for years.
Right, yeah.
I never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was around before when Max B was in the group. I was around when I was there when they broke up. I was there, you know what I'm saying? But I don't say nothing. It's none of my business. Like, it's, when do we be loyal and keep things discreet, like between men? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to tell a story. You got spies going around telling the other people for there's no code of ethics no more, especially when you get a certain age, you got to live by example, by principle. You understand? Can't be out there telling everything. Everything ain't for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
me,
even with
I'm sorry, but with me, I just appreciate that I got the opportunity. Yeah, sometimes I made the money and sometimes I didn't, but guess what? You know how many people would die to even have an opportunity? You know what I'm saying? Everybody that cuts your grass ain't gonna come in the house, bro. You gotta be able to accept that. And a lot of people you know, they bitter, man. Like they expected something like, yo, one of my good friends, Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to take me on tour with him every time he go on tour.
Right.
That's unreasonable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for the brother that he's still successful at the age he's successful. He's on, matter of fact, he's in Europe right now doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to that man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Busta Rhymes. He used to be
Yeah,
on my
that's what I'm trying to say. So a
he used
lot
to
of
be on
people, you know,
my
we got to do better because we out here dogging each other's for clicks and views. You know what I'm saying? And the shit. Shame on all of them, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? You 50, 60 years old, trolling, grifting. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, Buster used to be on the block 24/7. His mother lived right across the street from me in Brooklyn. DJ Screw.
Yeah.
He lived up the block from me. And then oh my God. And the last time I seen oh my God.
But you know how much good they did in our communities? You know how many people they put on and fed and paid their bills and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Nobody tells those stories.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like Spliffster, he lived across the street from DJ Scribble, because again, I grew up on Church and Troy. Scribble on Troy, right? Me and his nephew and his nieces, Mag, who we grew up together. He used to be outside washing his car all day. And then you had Spliffster like right across the street, right on the other side of Linden. And that's why, you know, that's not why, but that was part of the reason why Busta was over there. And he had, you know, with him, that DJ Scribble has been Busta Rhymes DJ forever. You know what I'm saying? Spliffster is probably the world's greatest right-hand man in hip-hop.
And you see, and him and Spliff is still boys to this. I love stuff like that. They've been friends for 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to see. Friend, to be honest, I like the way Busta move. I ain't gonna lie. That's my man. Kudos to Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like even when I watch Cameron and Damon all them fighting, that's sad, bro. Because all of them was boys at one time. I was in the studio, they all was chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all all ate together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all sat at the table and ate together. Like, come on, man.
Now, me personally, I've had fallen outs with people that I consider my brothers. And that pissed me off. But I can't fix my mouth to internet. And now me face to face and they want the conversation, then the conversation. But I can't have it in me to diss them, to go out my way, because one, I'm not bitter. Two, I don't brag on shit, but you know what I'm saying? I'm good in life. You know what I mean? So I can't fix my mouth to do that. So when I see, in my eyes, people who are looked at as major people that was a part of help building a culture, do whack shit and shit that's very I honestly gotta speak on it, because like, yo, they need to wake up, bro. It's very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. So,
but that's why I could go anywhere I want. I can go anywhere I want, bro. Because when you start doing stuff like that, you get real limited on where you can go and can't go. People hold on to what you say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I can go anywhere I want to go. I don't speak on nobody business, nobody name, nothing. It's none of my business. That's what grown men do. And me and you been friends forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would never. Anybody ask you about, ask him. What you asking me for? You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't understand. Like, especially when you be around somebody, mom, dad, you know, like like this, where they come from. It's like, yo, how do you do that? Like, I just don't have that in me to do. So, point well made. I think, me personally, Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, 30th anniversary, I think you cannot describe hip hop without including that album, in my opinion. I of the very
It's
best albums that.
monumental because of how they just like end up monumental when you created a enterprise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. And to me, if you want to have a real outlook on what it sound like, what it felt like, and reasonable doubt. And again, my favorite Jay-Z album is now Reasonable Doubt after going back and listening to it, years ago. Because all this time it was Blueprint and Dynasty. But now
Mm-hmm.
that I understand that meant like
Mm-hmm.
as a grown man, Reasonable Doubt. It's Reasonable
Mm-hmm.
Doubt for me.
Mm-hmm.
And for years,
Yeah.
he kept saying Reasonable Doubt. When you asked Jay, he kept saying Reasonable. I'm like, Reasonable Doubt. Like, you got the Black Album, you got Blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
Volume 1. What he talking about? But he said Reasonable Doubt. Ah, man. But when you go
Mm-hmm.
back and it's like,
You go
it
back and
was a
listen, you be like, "Damn, that album was crazy." Like, yeah,
yeah. All right,
yeah.
moving on to our next hot topic in time trap. And remember, y'all, to keep a smiley face. Shout out to any of those who come in each and every episode to support. Again, hit them likes, hit them subscribes. I do drop videos daily. I've been seeing y'all engagements. The engagements been going up. Whether I continue to comment, whether I agree or not. Now, if you troll, I'm either going to erase it or I'm just not going to respond. But if you have a valid point, if you have something that's out of logic, even if you disagree with me or agree with me to disagree with me, that's fine. I appreciate and enjoy the engagement. So again, continue to show love to the show. And if you don't have your memberships, add to those memberships because I'm releasing early clips of my new album I'm recording. Again, Adventures of Don Pierre. So be on the lookout, especially if you have those memberships. So take advantage of those memberships. And yeah, man. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic in time to rap. New York City freeze the rent. The New York City Rent Guidelines Board passed a historic 7-1 vote to freeze rents for approximately 1 million in rent stabilized apartments. The freeze applies to both year lease rentals with the start dates between October 1st of 2026 to September 30th for 2027. The unprecedented decision from Mayor uh, Madani directly impacts 2 million renters. If you're eligible for lease renewals, 12-month draw for base rent with no increase or not an increase, or your landlord cannot charge a higher rate for the duration of that agreement. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Or what say you, my dog Jokey?
I think it's semantics. It doesn't mean everyone. It's for rent stabilized apartments, so they're not supposed to be raising the rent anyway. Like what?
Right.
I
That was supposed to be
mean,
understood already, right?
yeah, like because if
Yeah.
you read it, I'm reading it. It says New York City Rent Guideline Board approved a historic zero rent increase on 2-year lease renewals for roughly 1 million rent stabilized apartments.
Mhm.
So the rent stabilized apartments, they already not, like,
It's the key word. Yeah. Yeah.
like, so
Yeah.
that means you was raising the rents in rent stabilized apartments that he had to do that. Like, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Like semantics, like.
No, I'm throwing up the smiley face because this is funny because when I see the TikToks, right, and I said this is AI, and I had to go look it up, right. But the TikToks they show all these people that probably don't even qualify
Mhm.
for this, and this is directly for again rent stabilized units.
Right.
Also, that they have attached to this is obviously, well, not obviously, but they made mention of low income seniors and tenants with disabilities. So that's also
But
included.
they already living in rent stabilized apartments. The rent should already be. You shouldn't be raising the rent.
Right. Right.
You understand?
Correct.
Like that's. I
Correct.
mean, it's semantics. I'm curious, Ronan. What did you mean New York City's going to get what it deserves?
Shout
I don't
out
think. Yeah, it's policy. Mayors, they limited in power themselves. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch what the governor and them is doing. Like even with them saying that they cleared the budget, right? Yeah, you did that on you freezing pensions to clear the budget. So, you hurting people you hurting people at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hurting workers to clear a budget that the budget got messed up because corruption. You're messing up the money, right? Why do workers have to pay for that?
Right.
Even with the health benefits, you watching what they're doing with the retirees, right? You collective bargaining and you're taking benefits from retirees. There's no the union does not represent them anymore. They don't get a raise when the workers get a raise. So you taking away from their benefits to give people a raise. Like it's all a scam. Like it's all a scam, left or right. I think everybody. But all right, Ron, let me ask you a question. You wrote socialism. What? So you believe that socialism turns to communism? That's kind of a Karl Marx statement. It's not really proven that socialism is going to turn into communism. You know what I'm saying? That's a Marxist view. You see what I'm trying to say? So we have to be careful. Like it's a guess. You understand? It's a view. That doesn't mean that's correct. Like perfect example, Doge, right? Did you know that they just dismantled and they wound up adding more money to the deficit? You can look this up, right? So whoever guessed that Doge is supposed to give a deficit, is supposed to fix the corruption, they was wrong. You understand? So we got to get away from ideology, like a certain ideology. This is an ideology, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to get away from certain, I'm watching what the people are actually doing. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like the mayor and the governor's having a power struggle, and the governor is doing a lot of stuff behind. That governor's something else. You know what I'm saying? That governor's something. That's all I have to say. Because for you to overnight just freeze people pensions or you know what I'm saying? I think they use the PD pensions. You can't pay into them for 5 years.
My thing with New York City, right? You got hard-working people born and raised in New York City that put blood, sweat, and tears into the city, and they work really hard for these pensions. Why do New York act like they don't make new money? Why?
And you know what's crazy? You know how you could rent freeze everyone? Don't charge property tax. Don't charge higher property. You keep raising property taxes. You raise property taxes, that's going to raise your mortgage. Everybody knows that, right? Stop raising property taxes. Why? That's the biggest scam of all time. Why, when I sign for a house, right? I'm thinking I'm getting a fixed rate. But now you building houses all around my neighborhood, and every time my house with the same square footage, they price range, and assessor comes and raises my price and raises my taxes. You understand? So stop raising property taxes, and you can fix the income all day. Landlords won't have to raise their prices because the cost is not going. They're going to pass the cost to the tenants.
I mean, you see what they're doing in Florida out here. Whatever your main dwelling is, if you pay for your house, you no longer have to pay property tax.
What happened? Say that again.
In Florida, they passed a new ruling where whatever your main dwelling is, once you own the house, you no longer pay property tax.
And the only reason why they doing that is because all Silicon Valley's coming over there. They leaving California and coming over there. And that's the only reason why they doing it. They ain't doing it for you. You know what I'm saying?
It's a benefit though, but it's still a
yeah,
benefit.
but you still now you heard about all the energy costs going up too because they bringing all their AI facilities over there too. So now y'all paying $1,000 a month for air conditioning. Your electric bill used to be $300.
Yeah, it's going up.
Yeah.
But one thing about owning a house, you don't want to continue to pay property tax after you own it. You know, so they create things to, and I know they wanted to lower people here, which I like. Yo, like Florida, we full, y'all. We full, and I'm saying this as a transplant myself. Like, yo, we full out here, baby. No more people in Florida. The more people that fly here, the higher it get. But at the end of the day, it's like when you go to New York City, New York City's revenue, they make so much money, and it kills me that they go back. They say, yeah, we're gonna go back because they really trying to like either get people up out of New York or kill people off, where they taking their money to pay for a situation. It doesn't benefit everybody. It benefits a small group of people and or a specific group of people, and it's not going to be conducive to the people that worked hard for their pension. What type of life they live? Really live off their pension.
But what's sad is it doesn't matter what party you in, they come after the working class, both parties. You know what I'm saying? Because why are democratic forces taking freezing pensions to fix a budget when you're the one who messed it up? You know, we elect you to, all you got to do in New York City is garbage, right? Infrastructure, garbage, and you know you don't do none of these things. You take the money and you steal it somehow, right? And then you pass the cost to the next mayor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because 5 years from now, who said you're going to get reelected? You pass this down to another mayor who say, I'm not paying that. You understand?
Right. Shout out to the chat. August is going to make NYC look like the
Brownsville.
UK.
I'm from Brownsville. I was born in Brownsville.
We got my dog Vic in the building. You already know Brownsville against the middle. Yeah, I mean, it's just the thing about these things, and I tell people every year, for people know I run businesses outside of my music. And I have these conversations every year when it comes to taxes, and people are like, damn, but I make this amount of money, they're already taking this amount in taxes. I thought it was going to be this for this year. It doesn't matter what you thought it was going to be. They change the tax law every year on purpose.
Yes, they do.
They don't want people to get suited to the tax tendencies. That's done purposely. That way you cannot understand what's going on. But why though? Because if you don't understand what's going on, you don't understand what's coming out your check, you won't even question it. All you're looking at is what you got last year and comparing to what you got this year. That's how you even feel like something is different, but you didn't see the new tax law that don't benefit you this year. Like most people was talking about last year, oh, what about the overtime? The overtime. Did they put the overtime on the W-2? Did they put it in your salary or did they put it separate? They put it in the salary. So
and they got this new thing, AI be assessing your taxes and making you pay more anyway. They find little things. I had to pay an extra $400.
And people better stay away from AI taxes like that. You don't do that. So please, people understand is designed taxes is designed for you not to understand it. Go to a professional that you trust. Explain it to you so that way you will understand it for the coming year. Period, point blank. And it kills me when people, I did TurboTax. You don't know it. You don't know. I don't understand how people play with their money, play with their teeth, play with their health. I just don't understand that. Shout out to we got my dog Vic in the building, my dog Ryan Anthony in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. Remember, y'all hit them likes, hit the 100s. Hit the 100s, hit the 100s, hit them hearts in the chat. It does help us grow through the taxes. How y'all doing? Welcome, brother. Taxes, yeah. Use AI to do mine. Got more than the H&R Block. Don't go to H&R Block.
Don't go to H&R. I'm gonna say shit.
Don't do AI. Go to a professional. Might let Ash do mine. Only if you're trying to get some money on. You know what I'm saying?
You should get an accountant if you have cribs and you're making a certain amount of money. You shouldn't even get a tax guy. You should have an accountant.
My taxes on a whole other level. I actually have other tax preparers and accountants that come to me. So I'm not saying that as a brag.
Man, I should have ran to you, man. Yo, your pops was the greatest, bro.
That's what I said. People don't understand. People don't understand. business and taxes. So, but that's a whole. But yeah, damn taxes, good weed, Texas, damn tax. Yeah, taxes is something else, man. So, with going back to the original, as far as basically, New York City, okaying the freeze rent for stabilized renters. This is great for the people that's renting, but it's not great for the economy. So, all
it's
right,
not
so
for everyone.
Facts, facts. All right, so moving on to our next hot topic in time to wrap. So I got a message earlier. I'm not going to say the supporter name, but he asked me. He said, "What's up, Ad? Longtime supporter of your music and podcast. Question: Why are men not shooting their shot anymore?" So I'm guessing this was a lady, not a dude. I'm guessing this was a lady. Why are men not shooting their shot anymore? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat, y'all. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Remember, hit them hearts, hit the 100s in the chat. It helps with the growth of the show. Jokey, what say you, bro? Why are men not shooting their shot anymore?
Well, it depends on your age, and that's a broad question. You know what I'm saying? I know kids. I work out in this gym, and this kid was like 22 and asked me how to get a girlfriend. I said, "You never had a girlfriend," but it was crazy that he even asked me. I'm like 3 times his age. You understand? So you know, y'all should have it easier. You have dating sites. We didn't have the internet and dating sites and stuff like that. Like we didn't have none of that. You know? I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question because most people our age don't have that problem.
See, my group, we was a part of the Black Planet, right?
That's after my time, though.
But we was I was kind of young. Black Planet hit, but the girl that you would chat with, you can't see her, and she's more likely like in Arizona, Texas, somewhere. So that was like early, like that was before MySpace. Now when MySpace hit, I was definitely in college at the time. But even us being introduced to social media, we didn't use social media to get. I worked at a club. I played college football. Our neighborhood was nothing but women all over the place. And this may sound bad, but when I was younger and coming up as a teenager, we ran down on women. Meaning, like if we see women that we like, hey yo, like we going up to you straight up. And the worst you can say is no. That's the worst you can say. So in this day and age, it is quite interesting because even now, I don't go to social media route, even though women do get me on social media. They do say things, they hit me in the DMs, but I still don't use it because I like old school style. But I'm gonna meet somebody in I don't, so why men not shooting their shot anymore? I honestly believe it's because this stigma that some men that is just too, what's the word? I'm missing the word, but the point that I'm making is that most guys don't know how to engage women, mainly because they're rejected.
Even if you look right now, right, you'll go outside. I promise you, you drive by any crowd of people, everybody's on their phone. Ain't they not talking to you? You go and watch kids get on the school bus, everybody on their phone. They're not even speaking to each other. They don't know how to engage. You hit that on they don't know how to engage. That's bottom line. Everybody's into that phone. They like this. They like this.
Right. But that's the crux of it. Most guys do not engage if a woman likes him or not. Because I grew up in the era where you had to learn it. That I can still approach women. Personally, I still approach women, but again, I know what I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know what I know. Like, when a woman look at you a certain type of way, she's interested.
Mm-hmm.
She's not every
Mm-hmm.
woman that you is interested, but you could tell when a woman is interested when she look at you a certain way, when she reciprocates a certain energy. I'm an energy guy, feel energy. So that's what make it easy for me to decipher whether a woman is into me or not, whether she wants me to talk to her or not. But again, in my own belief, women want guys to talk to them. This is why they dress the way they dress. And in this era, they wear even less clothing. They wear less clothing on purpose. They want to be engaged to or want to be engaged. The thing is, are you the guy that they want? So a way to
Mm-hmm.
decipher that, just look at her. If
Mm-hmm.
you look at her and she look at you and there's no, oh, then keep it pushing if you really want
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
If she gives you that, then go get that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think men is not shooting this shot anymore because they don't know how to engage based
Mm-hmm.
on lack of
Mm-hmm.
experience on running down women. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
to the chat in the
And
chat.
another thing people do too that's crazy these days, they rush into everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
They
mhm.
rush into everything. Like, take your time. You don't even know if you're getting catfish, lined up, nothing. Y'all just rushing, running, meet up with people. You don't know who they are, nothing about them.
And
They
that's
just jump in
another
the
thing.
bed
How
with
you
everybody.
in 2026, how you still getting catfish when you got video and all this other stuff and you could hit them up on multiple occasions? Like I've never thought to meet somebody on social media and I seen them one time on the video. So I'm supposed to trust
Mhm.
this person. The one time I seen them on video with my safety and I'm gonna meet up with them. Oh hell no. So it's just I don't know, maybe it's just my way of gauging things, but answering this question, that is why most men is not shooting this shot anymore. Most men just don't in this era just don't know how to talk to women. And now you include all the innuendos on top of that now, it makes it even harder. Shout out to Trevon. You can't even offer a polite compliment anymore without someone recording recording it and calling you a creep. Not worth
Mhm.
risk of going viral just to say hi. Shout out to
Mhm.
Tremont. That's
Mhm.
very interesting to say that because it's also a stigma as well for women too. But I
Yeah,
so
yeah, like, you hit that on the nail too. There's people's crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm older. I'm already in my situation. I don't need. I'm not even looking, to be honest. These people crazy today. Like insane. Like he said, record you. Wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are crazy, man.
mhm.
Come to a date with a bonnet on and long eyelashes and long. Like, I don't got time. Like, it's so
Yeah,
unevolved. Like, crazy.
yeah, yeah. You gotta come,
You got to spend a certain amount of money.
yeah. See,
What?
and all my years of dating, I never took a woman somewhere and she was unsatisfied with what I took
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
Never. Whether it was to Blimpie, Subway,
yeah.
Applebee's, whether it was very understated. I never got a complaint on why I took a woman, whether it was to the movies or ball or whatever the case may be. It was never like,
Mhm.
damn, you want to get this or you're not going to do that or what. It was never that. So also a lot of men don't realize whether. So I'm gonna just make this a little bit more simpler. Most women like who they like, meaning if you go up to them and you're a random dude, if they like you, they like the way your aesthetic is, they'll fuck with you. It's just simple. They don't like your aesthetic, they're not gonna fuck with you. It's
Mhm.
just that simple. You're only a creep if they don't like you. If it's somebody that they like, then you're not considered a creep. It's just simple.
Mhm.
Attraction is everything. Women have their preference, just like men have their preference, right? But With women, I've seen it time and time again. I see a random dude go to a woman and she's like, nah, get away from me. But if it's
Mm-hmm.
the guy that if there's a guy that she finds attractive, he gets the special code. So
It's
so
true.
that's why you and as many men approaching women anymore, shooting their shot, so to speak. A shout out to the chat, Korean Cupid. That's how I found my wife when I was in Korea. I shout out to Jack, you know what I'm saying? Got him, even with the Asian persuasion, she pissed off. Trade girl culture on the rise. Can't get a girl if she was just Shirley Law.
But you know what's funny though? You know what's funny? That's not really a question for our generation. Most of us are good. It's like I feel sorry for the younger generation. Like these girls today can't find a man. Like for real. There's no men out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really
And
our generation.
even the way guys talk, like there's a way of being stern without being disrespectful. Like when I watch certain podcasters, certain streamers, I'm not gonna say their name, they're extremely disrespectful to women. Extremely. Right? But there's a double side to that. Some women disrespect themselves. So it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end of the day, you can still be stern without being disrespectful. And being stern and being respectful is an attraction for women. They like a man that does have a program,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a way on relaying that. Even with your even how you speak matters.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
and then what's crazy, you will see older guys speaking as if they was like 19, 20, like they don't know better,
Mm-hmm.
trying to be relevant. So it, the young dudes, y'all got it rough because the good girls and the bad that's the biggest
The
difference.
mic went out.
Bad girl is wearing the same uniform. You can hear me?
Your mic went out.
About now.
You're real low.
Real low. Dang, what's going on? I can't come out if I hit X. Uh, you said I'm low. Everybody, am I low? Am I low? Am I low?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. See if I can get this back on. What about now, y'all?
Real low.
Real low? Damn. YouTube be killing me with this because they don't give me like a option to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's saying low. Come out, come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Come out, come back in.
All right.
What about now, y'all? Is it still low? Am I good now? Am I down? Am I still low? Am I still low? He said better sound. It sound better. All right, so we're gonna wait for Jokey to get back in. Make sure I'm nice and loud. No, am I down? I think it fell on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what about now?
A lot better.
A lot better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hollow, but it's loud.
Okay. because they won't get another way to improve the sound.
Oh, you good now. You good now. Yeah, you sound good now.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So shout out to Ron Jack. He just he just did some big super chat. Just gifted 5 memberships. Shout out to my dog Ron Jack, man. One of my day ones, big contributor to the pod, man.
Give your microphone fun. the microphone fun.
Jack, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, I gotta go cold raft rowing. You know what I'm saying? Cold raft rowing. You know, so again, shout out to Cold Raft. Yeah. All right, y'all. So move on to. So we were talking about shooting your shot. So just to wrap that up, yeah. So shooting your shot in today's age now for men is not it's very hard for a lot of guys to shoot their shot because they engage through social media. They don't know how to gauge when a woman like them for real, would never meet them, so they not gonna make themselves look stupid. So, and if you're from this era, especially, then it's very hard because you don't have the requisite skills to run down and know how to meet a woman and you know and shoot your shot. All right, so moving on to our next hot topic. NBA, my NBA way too early mock predictions. My NBA way too early mock predictions. Meaning how successful the teams will be in NBA. For those who don't know, Tim Hardaway Jr. signed with the Miami Heat, Tobias Harris to the Spurs, John Collins to the Pistons, Norman Powell to the Bulls, Christoph Porzingis, Golden State, Mitchell Robinson, Celtics, Walker Kessler, Lakers, along with Quentin Grimes and Sandro. I'm gonna tear his last name up. So I'm gonna go Sandro M. Moore, LaMelo Ball to Timberwolves, John Morant to the Trailblazers, Kawhi Leonard, the Raptors, Jalen Brown to the 76ers. 3 major things still unanswered is Trey Murphy, whether he's going to get traded to the Nets, Celtics, Clippers, or Warriors. LeBron James, whether he's going to sign with either the Cavaliers, the Heat, or the 76ers. And Jalen Duren, whether he's going to stay with Detroit or get traded to the Kings or any other team.
I think LeBron going to Golden State.
You think he's going to Golden State?
Yeah. Where else do they have the money like that?
Well, the only reason why I don't have Golden State on here, because I thought he was going to Golden State as well, until I seen a little early that they out of like talks with LeBron James.
But what's his name took a pay cut? Draymond Green.
That's why I thought it was basic. Like I thought everything else was window dressing, and I thought he was definitely going to OKC, Golden State, right? But as of when I made the list, they said that they were out of conversations, meaning like they're no longer discussing the possibility of LeBron with Golden State. So the last 3 teams that they did mention was the Cavs, Heat, and 76ers.
I don't think he's gonna get signed.
But he's a free agent. He's not being traded.
Now that I'm looking at it, if that's true, that means the Lakers just dropped him, and he's not getting signed. That's low key black. He's not getting signed, bro, because it don't make sense to him. He's a superstar playing taking a minimum, because that's what they're going to give him everywhere, a minimum. Mm-hmm. That makes sense to you? They probably forcing him to retire, bro.
But a LeBron minimum is still good money. We're talking about an essence of access of $15-20 million. And
you think LeBron, a superstar player who made billions of dollars in this league, going to take the minimum? That's a smack in the face. He's not no regular player. This dude was the face of the NBA for like almost 20 years, bro. Yeah. You think he's gonna take the minimum? He's gonna retire, bro. I don't see it.
I do.
I don't. Because it don't make no sense to play. You done made the money. Sit down. Like it don't like nobody wants you. If nobody's willing to, you willing to take the minimum. That means you don't know how to let it go. Because you made money. It ain't about the money, right?
Right.
He's looking like Last American Sniper. Like he don't know when to go home. Like I wouldn't. Huh?
I think he will sign, and I think he will sign with one of these three teams.
I don't think so.
All three of these teams, it would fit basketball wise. They all three don't fit.
How? He's got to be a third option. You went from a superstar to a third option.
Right. That's at 42. But see, you gotta look at the importance of it, right? So, in my opinion, if he goes to the East is wide open. The East is wide open. And it's actually a harder division to crack through, even though it's wide open. The West is only 3 teams in the West. That's it. If you're not a part of the 3 teams, you don't have a shot. So I'm gonna break this down because we decided to go with LeBron first. So at first place, my way too early mock, right? I got Knicks number 1, Cavs number 2, 76ers at number 3, Hawks at 4, Heat at 5, Pacers at 6, Celtics at 7, Magic's at 8, right? So if LeBron goes to somewhere like the Cavs, he addresses their immediate needs. They need another ball handler, and they need another guy that can settle them down.
The Knicks is not picking up LeBron. You heard Dolan said he's not going in the second apron. He don't pay like that. He said out his mouth he's not going into the second apron. So that's out the picture.
I didn't say he went to the Knicks.
Oh, I thought you said Knicks first. Then the Cavs.
I'm saying Knicks first as far as how good the teams is going to be.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's my way too early mock. The list of teams is how good the teams is going to be. So I have the Knicks at number 1, Cavs at number 2, 76ers at number 3, Hawks at 4, Heat at 5, Indiana at 6, Celtics at 7, and Orlando at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cavs, even though the rest of the East got better, if they bring in somebody like LeBron James, they really compete for that Eastern Conference.
I think the Cavs should be favored to win it anyway, because they remind me how the Knicks was the year before they went on that run. When they played the Pacers and got eliminated, and then they changed. Sometimes it take you a year to snap into your roles. I think that Cavaliers have the team to win it all. They just don't know how to use their big men. And when they know how to use Mobley the right way, they're going to be a different team instead of letting Donovan Mitchell do everything. You know what I'm saying? They having the same problem the Knicks had the year before, in my opinion. The chemistry is they have to learn their roles, in my opinion.
See, that's interesting to me because what the Knicks have over the Cavs is big wings. And the Cavs cannot match with their big wings. There's nobody.
They just lost Mitchell Robinson.
No. There's no way Cavs could match with big wing like OG Anunoby. They don't have a guy to mix with him. A big wing.
Yeah, but the Cavaliers got a better front court than the Knicks. And now that you lost Robinson, right? Even though you got Drummond and they picked up that other guy that used to be on New Orleans, I forgot his name. But Agloskis or whatever the heck his name is. But you have nobody that could defend on the pick and roll. Like Robinson was a unique defender that he could come outside and still block shots. You understand? Like you don't have a defender like that on your team anymore. You know what I'm saying? And Cat's not a great defender. He's okay.
Right. I agree with that. But when you got big wings like OG, like what's the other kid from Phoenix? The kid from Villanova.
You talking about
Yeah, they got big wings. The Cavs don't have that. They either have small guards or bigs. They got bigs. But
the Cavs would have beat the Knicks if they used Mobley and the two bigs. If they used their bigs the right way, they would have won easy. in my opinion.
I disagree. I disagree mainly because their wing play, even if they use them the right way, the wing play, they got bigs. They got legit bigs. Mobley is a good big. Mobley is one of the best bigs in the league. But we're talking about big wings. So that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but they don't score every
He's
night. Like they don't score every night. OG scores sometime, and what's his name? Be taking days off for real. The Mikal Bridges don't score. They don't score every night though. That's why they be having. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. The biggest problem I see with the Knicks, they be having the wrong chemistry on the floor to begin with, and they have to. The coach be having to find a right combination during the game, and so they wind up getting in these crazy deficits in the first quarter. You understand? And that's not going to keep working all the time.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? They don't have to do it every night. They just have to do it for the playoffs. Like that's be real. I trust OG way more than I trust Harden. I trust OG way more than I trust Evan Mobley. I trust OG way more than Jared. So when you get their team, they benefit off of LeBron James' presence because he's a big wing.
I think they match up very well. I just think that the coach didn't use, like they made the game. In my opinion, the difference between the Cavaliers and the Knicks knew their roles and the Cavs didn't. You had Mobley going to sleep out there. Like he was asleep. Like you understand? Because he's not getting the ball. He was asleep out there. Donovan Mitchell holds the ball way too long. You understand? Like the same problem the Knicks had before they won the championship. Jalen Brunson in the postseason held the ball way too long, playing one-on-one against the whole team. Nobody scoring. They standing watching. You know what I'm saying? That the Cavaliers going through the same thing, in my opinion.
I do have the Cavs at number 2. At number 3, the only reason why I don't have the 76ers higher is because it's not a new team, but they added on a major new piece in Jaylen Brown, even though I think he's going to be a positive for them. But I think it's going to take them a second to gel. But to me, they finish in the top 3 in the East. Now, if
I don't think so.
Joel Embiid plays 55 games plus the playoffs, then you got hell on your hands with the 76ers in the playoffs.
But he don't play. He injured. He's like Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I agree. But they still the Philadelphia 76ers finished 4th place without Embiid last year. So you add a guy like Jaylen Brown, who's going to play more games, who's going to ball out in the playoffs. I got them at number 3. They're going to be a tough out. I don't see.
They got swept, brother. They got swept in the playoffs. You know why they got swept? And the game too slow. The game changed. He's not. You can't wait for him no more. You got to change that team. They got swept.
That's 76 ago. That wasn't the first round. They lost in the second round.
They still got swept though.
But it happens. It happens to the best of them though.
And even the first series, and guess what? The first series, they lost the first 3 games. Boston was kicking they behind. Boston blew the last. Well, Tatum got hurt, but they was getting swept that series too.
But they came back though.
Because Tatum got hurt.
Doesn't matter. It's a part of the game.
But I'm just saying they not good enough like that. Like I feel like that team, that team got problems. Like you was about to get swept twice.
Yeah, but it's a major upgrade. You get a guy like Jaylen Brown, which Celtics is stupid, might I add.
That was the dumbest trade of all time.
Like they gave one of their best players to their rival. They made their rivals better than them. So that's a whole other thing. So I got the Hawks at number 4. Hawks is very underrated. They did some great things in the draft. That is, to me, that's going to make them night in.
Still got the Celtics number 2. I still got the Celtics number 2 because they have great coaching. Their coaches is going to get the best out their players. And the Heat too. Those are 2 teams. Indiana too. They make their teams play hard no matter who on the team. The Knicks, the Heat, and and Boston. Those 3 teams are very well coached.
If you And that's the only reason why I have the Celtics at number 7. It's not because of their team. It's because they're well coached. Jaylen Brown covered up a lot of things last year. And even though I'm a big fan of Jason Tatum, with Paul George, like all time, Paul George is one of the best. But we're talking about 2026. That guy, he's a downgrade. He's a downgrade. Their front court is not ready to compete. That's why they're still trying to make trades. They're trying to upgrade their front court.
But they got Robinson now. They got Robinson now, don't they?
Robinson's a role player. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but he played defense. The Celtics is known for playing defense and chucking up shots. And they got the team. Now they got the defense for that. Mitchell Robinson blocks everything in the paint.
Nah, he don't block everything. He get a couple shots, but
he's the problem. And he's the best offensive rebounder in the league.
The best?
Yeah, let's look it up. I'm gonna look up right now. Best. He's top 3. Best.
Jokey is a better offensive rebounder than him. The other kid on or he's not on Utah, he's on the Lakers now. You got several guys that's the rebounders now than him.
What they say?
Tatum.
Okay, he's second. Number 1 is Donovan Clingan, and number 2 is Mitchell Robinson.
Okay.
So that's crazy. You got one of the top. He's one of the top 3 rebounders in the league. You just gave up, and he could defend. He defends the pick and roll, defends the rim. Great player.
If he was that good, he would have figured it out. Like, that's my thing. If he was that good, he would have figured it out. It's just that simple. Like,
no, Dolan don't like to pay nobody. That's why they got all second rounders. Like, look how they give all the first rounders in the draft. They don't want to pay nobody. They picked up all second rounders.
But you get the point that I'm making. If somebody's that impactful to your team, you work it out. So
no, Dolan always does that. All right, with Hardenstein. They did the same thing. Hardenstein had a great season with the Knicks, and they let him go, and he went on OKC and won a championship.
Hardenstein's a good player, but he doesn't even start.
It don't matter. He was a great player. They didn't want to pay him. Right. That's my point. They just don't want to pay nobody. But they even telling Cat to take a pay cut.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like when you get that dude, like they figure it out. They tell Cat to take a pay cut because they trying to figure it out. That's what I'm saying. Like Mitchell Robinson, good player, but I got the Celtics at 7. I got them at 7. I got the Magic at 8. They could go lower, in my opinion, because they did change their coach. But the makeup of the team, if they're healthy, get some ballers. I got Pistons at 9 only because Jalen Duren's going to be gone. So to lose a guy like that will hurt them. I got Raptors.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. But that other forward's a beast too. That dude that come off the bench from is a beast too, though. So I don't think they're going to lose too much, but they're going to lose depth because that bench was known to put it on you too.
Facts. They did bring Isaiah Joe in from OKC. He's a good creator as well.
Yeah, he's a beast too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I have them respectable. I have them at 9. They could make their way to the play. 9 and 10 is playoff. I mean, play. That's a playoff. Play it, right? I have the Raptors in the play mainly because of Kawhi. They're not that deep, but you got Kawhi. They're gonna bring back the other kid from Sacramento. I always forget his name. They're from USC. I can't think of his name. The 2 guard. And then they got the young kid from Florida State over there. They're gonna be.
That's if Kawhi play. Kawhi got a history of. Kawhi's a dude that don't come to work every day, man. He takes days off, so he's a great player, but he's not 100. His head is not 100% in it. He one of them dudes that feel like he can come to work when he don't come to work.
That's exactly why I have my 10. And finish now, I have the Hornets at 11, only because they don't have a starting point guard. They got a decent team, a young team. The Hornets.
Oh, okay. They finished. You shouldn't have got rid of LaMelo. You should have got rid of LaMelo. They finished.
They need a point guard. Once they get a point guard, they're going to be. And I'm talking about And I'm not talking about like a regular point guard. I'm talking about a point guard that his play dictates wins. I like LaMelo, but he's more suited on Minnesota than on Charlotte because his play don't dictate wins. But they wasn't even going to the playoffs with
I think
LaMelo.
he's going to bust on Minnesota. I think he's a bust. Minnesota's a defensive team. They all defense. That's a defensive team. That's a defensive team.
I think he's a great player. I think Minnesota is more suited. And I'm gonna say why in a
Think so?
second. But I have the Nets at 12. I have the Wizards at 13, Bulls at 14, and the Bucks at 15 in last place.
Wait a minute. So you got the Wizards all the way down there with they got the first round draft pick. They got Anthony Davis and they got Trae Young. And you still got them all the way down there? I don't know about that one. AD is a problem all by itself, let alone. And then you got that AJ what's this Debasso? That dude looks like a beast. I don't know. I think that team automatic first round if they can stay healthy.
Well, two things for me is why I have them so low. One, I don't trust AD. I don't trust him. In my opinion, maybe 20 games, he's going to look great. He's going to be hurt for the rest of the year. I don't trust AD. And secondly, their bench is not great. They don't have a good enough bench to compete with none of the teams that's better than that.
But to me, they got the same problems that Philly got.
No,
you see what I'm trying to say?
Upgraded the bench.
Huh?
They brought system guys on Philly. They didn't bring big name guys on their bench. They brought system guys. Mm-hmm. So I think their bench is way better than Philly because during the trade, they didn't trade bench. They didn't trade the bench. They trade for the better player. And you can't compare Philly's top talent to the Wizards' top talent.
Yeah, because I think that rookie to me reminds me a lot of Jaylen Brown, to be honest. He's like a young Jaylen Brown, in my opinion. They about the same height and everything. Except that boy can shoot. Matter of fact, he got a similar game. He can shoot. He's strong.
He's gonna be good. I'm not. I want all these young boys to do well. You see what I'm saying?
Did you see Peterson today in summer league?
Yeah, I did see it. I'm gonna get to him. But I'm saying, based on their team, they have a bench. I don't trust AD. Even though the banter is good, still at this point right now, Trae is still your best player. That's not enough to compete with the playoff teams.
Doesn't he play today? I want to see how he played today. I think he plays today.
But again, I had the Bulls and the Bucks after that. So now we go West Coast. To me, there's only 3 teams in the West even worth talking about as of right now. That's the Spurs at number 1, Thunder at number 2, and the Timberwolves at number 3. That is it.
I say OKC going back again. OKC again.
It's a 3-team race. Number 4, I have the Lakers. The reason why I have Lakers is because they're going to be offensively good, but defensively, they're going to be terrible.
They play no defense.
They're going to be terrible defensively.
They can't
beat one of those 3 teams.
They can't beat Minnesota, and they can't beat OKC, and they can't beat San Antonio.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I got the Lakers at 4.
Yeah.
I got the Lakers at 4 now. At number 5, I got the Mavs. Number 6, I have Nuggets. 7, I have the Jazz because of Peterson. Because he completes the team. He completes that 5. They got a combo point guard, 6'5" kid at point guard. They got a shooter in Lauren Martin. They got a nice mid-range low post in JJ. They got the other kid from last year, Ace Bailey, and I'm expecting him to have a decent year, Ace Bailey. I'm not so high on him, but I still expect him to be better this year.
If Peterson stay healthy, he's gonna be rookie of the year easy because he look like a boy amongst men.
Yeah,
he look like a man amongst boys. I mean, I said it backwards. He like a man amongst boys.
The only reason he wasn't a number 1 pick is
because he's crazy.
He didn't fit the mold of a number 1 pick.
He did all those antics. He took himself out the game and all type of dumb stuff. Like he do dumb stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And for whatever reason, whether it was legit or not legit, if it feels better with AJ at number one, right? But Peterson, we all know in 4 years, we're gonna be like, yo, this dude Peterson is incredible. We're looking at him now as if he's incredible. So I have the Jazz at number 7. At number 8, I do have the Rockets. 9, the Suns. 10, the Trailblazers. At 11, I have the Warriors. 12, Pelicans. 13, Grizzlies. 14, Clippers. And 15, Kings. Now, I had the Warriors higher when I thought they was going to get LeBron. But when I realized those conversations died out, I got them down at 11.
What is a playing team? They're a playing team at best.
So now
I like Utah with that boy. That boy bad. That boy different. I'm not gonna lie. I like what I saw. He scored 30 points like it was nothing. Like he does everything.
Yeah.
He does everything.
Yeah.
Now the only thing I can see with him, he got to stay healthy. But if he stay healthy, ain't nobody stopping that boy.
Yeah. And this is just the 1.0 version. The 2.0 version will come out when the rest of the guys, finally sign or whatever the case may be. But that's what I think the East is. The East is the West. The West, in my opinion, is only a 3-team race. Everybody else is in the midst of being better or just trash.
I think the East is the same way. Because chemistry takes 2-3 years. Chemistry takes about 2-3 years. And the Knicks is still on the highest. I still got the Knicks number one. I say the Celtics, if Tatum is healthy, the Celtics are a different team. And the Heat. You know what I'm saying? And maybe outside Indiana, if they get Halliburton and all of them back. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else will take 2-3 years to develop.
That's the reason why I had the Pacers at number 6, because you don't realize Halliburton is healthy. And I said this last year. Playoffs. I said the Knicks' best chance to win the finals was this year, because what happened in last year's playoff? Halliburton got hurt for the whole year. Tatum got hurt for the whole year. And I said, yo, if the Knicks don't win, they're never gonna win. They gotta win. And they pulled it to their credit. So but I think the Knicks have a shot to repeat. I think the Cavs, if they get LeBron, I think the 76ers have a shot. I think the Heat has a shot. And I think the Pacers have a shot. Celtics, I don't see the Celtics having a shot, mainly because of Paul George. He's going to have to play big minutes.
Yeah, but he's a great defender. If he's going to fit on that team very well, because they defend very well. Like the Celtics are one of the number one defensive teams in the league. He defends very well. He'll fit right in defensively. He might be more comfortable because he'll get a lot of easier shots because they play defense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think the Celtics is still dangerous. Even with Tatum on the floor, you don't lose height because Paul George is just as tall as Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? And defensively, you don't lose that.
Yeah, he's a little tall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's different. Like Paul George, all time is great. But we're talking about 2026, good player, but he's not the champion piece. That's not a trade I would have made if I'm the Celtics.
Yeah, but they're getting 2 first-round draft or 3 first-round draft picks with Paul George. And I think Paul George is actually a better defender. I wouldn't say a better offensive player. I think Jaylen Brown's better offensively. But I think George could guard the 1, the 2, and the 3.
I don't agree. I think Brown is a better defender than Paul
You think
George.
so? I think they both good defenders. I feel like they're not losing nothing on the defense. And that's the Celtics identity, defense, and they chuck up threes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they lose them.
I'm just not a believer in Paul George in 2026. I think he's a good player, but I'm talking about championship piece. When you try to bring that championship out, I don't see it personally. So that's how I have it right now. So that's the 1.0, a way too early mock. Obviously, I'm going to do 2.0 once Jalen Duren is situated, which over any team, LeBron James and Trey Murphy. Because I think if LeBron James do go to the Cavs, the Heat, or the 76ers that sways their team in a better trajectory, in my opinion. So I would prefer to see him with the Warriors, but
I think he need to retire because to play. You're talking about legacy. To play for the minimum. You went from the face of the league to the minimum. You did like a Russell Westbrook. I don't know. I don't know. He need to retire. He don't need to prove nothing else.
But he still wants to play. That's the thing. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not. That's why I haven't said retirement, because he still wants to play. If we didn't know that he wants to play, then that's probably what I would say. But he wants to play.
I think he should sit down because it's obvious the
He told
league.
the Lakers,
Huh?
because he told the Lakers' priority was to sign Austin Reeves and to bring him back on the minimum.
Yeah, but once you gave Austin Reeves is a walk-on, bro. Once you gave him 185 million, you thought LeBron was really gonna stay on that team?
Right.
Come on, man.
You look at even LeBron went back to the Lakers, they're still not suited because they're not defensive. Like, they lost a lot of defensive guys, so they're still not suited to compete. But if you put a guy like LeBron on the Warriors, they're better, but they don't enter that top tier conversation. But if he goes to the East with 76ers, Heat, and Cavs, and he fits on all of those teams,
I think he's a liability on the Warriors because he don't. What does he do on the like? Draymond is a defender that can run the ball up the floor and facilitate. Right? They already got somebody like that. What do you got? What do you need LeBron there for? LeBron doesn't. Is not going to spread the floor. He's not a great shooter. He gets hot sometimes.
Well,
he don't play no D.
I'm not a LeBron fan, but he does everything Draymond do, but better. And not only that.
No, he don't defend nowhere. He's nowhere near a defender like Draymond. Hell to the no. Draymond could defend almost. You think LeBron's a better defender than Draymond Green?
I said offensively, he does everything.
Yeah, that's it. But and then most of his points gonna come from. First of all, he's old. He's gonna hold the ball, huh?
But you say that's it. But Draymond only plays defense better than LeBron.
Yeah, but he pushes the ball too and keeps the pressure on the offense. Like, he pushes and facilitates. Like, LeBron still holds the ball too long sometimes, huh?
But Draymond don't push the ball better than LeBron James. Like, that's not even
conversation. LeBron holds the ball too long, you ask me. LeBron holds the ball too long, you ask me. In my opinion, I think he holds the ball. He tries to dictate the pace of the game, and the game is fast now. In my opinion, him and Harden does that.
I disagree. I just think that if you get a guy like LeBron on Golden State, that he makes them better, because offensively, you got another guy that could create for himself and for others. Draymond is going to have to learn how to take another role offensively by cutting to the basket.
That's what I'm saying. The chemistry not going to be there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they both kind of do the same thing. Like, I don't know. I don't see that.
Stop you. What chemistry are we talking about?
Having Draymond and LeBron on the floor at the same time does what exactly? You kind of lose scoring with that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got a run and gun type of offense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You just move Draymond to 5, Braun to the 4, and you run and gun.
You can't put Draymond to 5 all the time. Draymond cannot stick the fives of today. He can't stick that boy from San Antonio. He can't stick that my man from Denver. He can't stick AD.
So in the fourth quarter, he's going to ride the bench, because LeBron does everything offensively better than Draymond. Like, that's not even a real thing. That's not even real defensively.
I don't know. I think Draymond still brings a certain element. Draymond has a better motor. Draymond run up and down all day. LeBron gets tired. I think they have two different. I
disagree. LeBron does way more for him to be tired. Draymond plays defense. He does bring up the ball. He doesn't bring up the ball all game long.
I'm not saying he's a better player than LeBron. I just feel like he's a better fit on the Warriors than LeBron. I don't think LeBron fits on the Warriors. I'm not saying he's a better player, but LeBron's a better player than Draymond Green by far. But I'm talking about fitting on the Warriors and what they do. I don't know. I don't know.
It's easier to find what is it easier to find what Draymond brings defensively or what LeBron brings offensively to the Golden State. It's easier to find a guy defensively what he does defensively.
But he's the third option on the Lakers now. What is he bringing? Like he's not the same player. He wound up being the third option on the Lakers. Huh?
That's my style. That's not my skill.
That's exactly. So imagine a running gun like the Warriors. I don't know.
Not a better scorer than LeBron James.
I think you make it harder for Steph because LeBron is not going to stretch the floor like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not like they had Clay and Steph. They always had somebody else on the floor who could shoot too and stretch the floor. LeBron's not a great shooter like that.
He's a better shooter now than he's. And mind you, I'm not a LeBron fan. But I gotta say with this, he's a way better shooter than people give him credit for at this stage of his career. And I think it does fit because they're not competing for a championship, but they will be a second apron team. If they would get LeBron James, they would be better than Lakers.
If they get LeBron James, they're gonna be the Team Unk.
Team Unk. That's a fact too. The Golden State Unks.
Team Unk right there.
But to me, he really gives an advantage if he signs with Miami, if he signs with 76, if he signs with the Caps. Now you really competing.
You know what team that he would make a great impact on? The Knicks. The Knicks. Because they need a facilitator. Like Jalen Brunson's a scorer. And the best facilitator on their team is their center. Like Cat, to me, Cat is, you know what I'm saying? They don't LeBron could do what Cat could do. Like you know what I'm saying? Catch them wings cutting and all of that. Like LeBron would fit on the Knicks perfectly.
At the beginning of it, LeBron said this from Rich Paul. Rich Paul said like LeBron James will actually go to the Knicks if Jalen Brunson gave it the okay. That's what Rich Paul said.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but you got to give up too much to get LeBron. You got to give up too much. So I'm not giving up no first round. I'm not giving up no draft picks for an old man. Like I'm not going to do it. That's the only thing.
LeBron is a free agent. He's not being traded. He's a free agent, so you're not giving up nothing.
If he signed, he'll fit on the Knicks perfectly. That's me. Because they need to facilitate.
Yeah, none of these teams is giving up anything. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
I have literally probably like 2 minutes left of screen time. We want to get into this even further because the NBA, I'm not going to lie, for the first time in a long time, is exciting, and how they choosing to build these teams is exciting. Whether LeBron James goes to any of these teams, it will be exciting because it will be a talking piece, and it makes the NBA interesting again. And a lot of teams is going to differentiate themselves based on style. That's what made the NBA great in the first place. Certain teams have styles make fights. So I'm starting to see that shift in this new year. I want to thank my friend, my guest co-host Jokey, for tuning and tapping in. One of the best producers in the game, and been doing this thing for a minute, been holding it down, worked with everybody. Y'all understand, worked with everybody. So show my bro some love. Make sure y'all tap into him on Facebook and Instagram at
Jokey ENT. Jokey ENT. JOKEYENT.
Make sure y'all tap in. Again, I'm your boy Ashley Lovechild. I'm here every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. And again, continue to engage. I have like 30 seconds left. Remember, y'all, do not be an agent of chaos. Do not be a stain. To stay somebody that try to stand out by being negative. Have the ability to stand out by being positive. Lose that Willie Lynch mindset. Lose that it can only be one mindset. The only op recognized over here is opportunity. Hate has a location, it's just not here. Y'all know I love y'all to death, and I appreciate y'all support. Shout out to those in the chat. Again, I can't say everybody right now. Got 15 seconds left. I'm gonna see y'all soon. And again, show that love in the chat. And I'll see y'all soon. Dog Jokey, you already know. Love you, bro. See you soon. I'm
Always.
out. Love.